Good morning, Raptor Freaks. Lexi out here. It's Monday morning, and we're playing the Portland Trailblazers today. So today's a preview day, and let's get right to it. First, with our latest lineup news, the Raptors do have some players listed this morning in their injury lineup. Portland has a few too. First of all, for the Raptors, Precious Achua is day to day with his groin injury and doubtful for the game today. Unfortunately, OG Anunoby leg is a problem still with cramps, and he is questionable for the game today. And then, of course, Christian Coloco still out with respiratory illness. So I don't know if we'll get either Precious or OG today. In some ways, I'd like to get them to play today because the team that we're playing is freakishly athletic. And to have some of our best athletes out there just as defenders and run around with these guys probably would be a good idea. But also at the same time, this opponent tonight is 0-3, and they got blown out on a first night of a back-to-back last night by the Philadelphia 76ers in Philly. So if we're going to let these guys take a break, this is a good game maybe for them to sit out and let some other guys, younger guys, come up and take some of those minutes. I'd also like to see Otto Porter play tonight if we can, Darko. In some ways, you need to play Otto just for Otto's sake with the fan nation here. And once again, guys, let's not bag on Otto until Darko plays him. He hasn't gotten in yet, and I know y'all think he's stealing money. But if we're going to have OG and Precious out, I'd like to see some of those vets get in and get some minutes tonight. So, yeah, there's the Raptors injury report. Portland has two injuries right now. Anthony Simons very well put out that he has been diagnosed with a torn UCL in his right thumb, and he will be undergoing surgery. And that means he's going to be out for 4 to 6 weeks. That just happened last week. So he is out for sure tonight. That is a big loss because honestly, in some ways, Simons is their most well-adjusted best player right now out of all their guys. I'm including Ayton. I think that dude is actually their best player in some ways. So that's a big deal. And then Ish Wainwright, former Raptor, he is not available right now either. He didn't play yesterday against the Sixers. It's a calf injury. So there's your latest injury news for the game tonight. Simons and Wainwright out for the Trailblazers. Meanwhile, we got a couple guys out. All right, let's get right into the ref report. Here is our referee crew for tonight. It's actually a very, very good crew for us guys. One of our favorite referees is refereeing us tonight, and I'm very happy to see him here because we have a good chance to win tonight. We really do need to win tonight. I'm going to tell you that right now with the ref crew we got. Our crew chief tonight is Brian Forte. Brian Forte is in his 18th season as an NBA ref. He's from Fairfax, Virginia, and he went to Furman University. His favorite TV show is Walter White's Breaking Bad. He likes the movie The Godfather 2. His favorite book is The Count of Monte Cristo. His favorite meal is sushi, and he uses Netflix, and he most like to visit Spain. All right, there you go. Brian Forte, our crew chief. He's the son of former NBA ref Joe Forte. And Brian has a degree in computing and business from Furman, and he previously worked as a computer programmer. So we're going to call him the computer programmer. And well, Brian's record with us is pretty damn good. We win 58% of our games when Brian is available to ref our games. And well, Portland does pretty good too. They win 56% of their games. So 58-56, the split with crew chief Brian Forte. So he slightly favors the Raptors, but he is usually a good ref for us. The second ref is my favorite, guys. It's Dedrick Taylor. He's in his 11th season out of Miami. This guy's favorite TV show is Good Times. That is an excellent show, sir. Favorite movie is Crash, and his favorite musician is Michael Jackson. His favorite meal is breakfast. So we need some sushi and we need some breakfast for these refs today. His favorite app is Candy Crush. He'd most like to visit Africa. His bucket list is skydiving. And his hidden talent is he can play the trumpet and juggle. I don't know if he's playing the trumpet and juggling. That'd be hard, Dedrick. Seriously, how many hands can you have to play the trumpet and juggle? I mean, that doesn't make total sense. I think he means he can play the trumpet and he can also juggle. That's what he probably means. Yeah. Dedrick worked as an athletic specialist for the city of North Miami Beach and Parks and Recreation, and also drove as a UPS driver for 13 years. He enjoys fishing and playing golf. Dedrick Taylor is literally our favorite ref, guys. In some ways I say, well, it could be Bill Kennedy, But no, this guy has been around a long time, and we win 72% of our games under him. He is the longest long-term ref with our best record. 72% of our games with Dedrick Taylor present. He is the third best ref statistically to us, except for a rookie and Jason Goldenberg. So this man is really in the highest zone of refs in favor of the Raptors in history. And I love him for it. 46% is what the winning percentage is for the Trailblazers. So that split is 72-46. That's an excellent split right now. We love you, Dedrick. You keep it on. Whatever you do it, man. Our third ref is Musa Dagher from Syria. In his 7th season as a referee, Musa Dagher, his favorite TV show is America's Got Talent. He likes the movie Coach Carter. His favorite musician is Drake, y'all. So you tell me if we have a favorable ref crew tonight. His favorite book is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He wants some sushi. His favorite app is YouTube. Hey, there you go, man. That's where you can find me, Musa. Most likely to visit Thailand. And his bucket list is explore Europe with his wife. His hidden talent is he can play the piano. It sounds like we get the trumpet with Dedrick and the piano with Musa. We could have a little bit of music playing tonight. As a Syrian native, Dagher moved to the United States in 2006 at the age of 15. He's a former co-owner of Brewberry Cafe in Anaheim, California, and Dagher plays playing the piano, playing pickleball, traveling, and spending time with his family. Musa is the youngest ref on our crew tonight, and let's see where we're at with him. He is actually statistically our worst ref. We win 57% of the time, though, when he's around, and he does favor us over the Trailblazers also. They win 52% of the time with him. So 57-52 is the split on the third ref. All three refs favor the Raptors. And not only that, these are refs. We win most of the time when these guys are here. So the ref report is very good. Lots of good sushi. Get a good sushi buffet out there for Brian and Musa, and a little bit of breakfast food for Dedrick. Yeah, that's what we got on the menu for our refs and the ref report tonight. Grade A guys. We love our refs. We love the NBA refs. They're the best. We'll forget about Friday if Dedrick and those guys are going to be nice to us today. Yeah. Oh, man. Crazy stuff. All right. Let me get in the comments with you guys. So, yeah, things are setting up okay for the day against the Trailblazers. They're on the second night of a back-to-back. Philadelphia kicked their ass. I'm going to just say that right now. In some ways, if I juxtapose the Philadelphia 76ers on the second night of a back-to-back after playing us in Toronto on Saturday night, playing the Trailblazers last night, and how they kicked their ass, I'd say we're in pretty good shape considering how we did against the Sixers and how they did against the Sixers. In some ways, the Trailblazers are a similar team to us, although they're more new and thrown together and don't really know each other that well. They are very much trying to find their identity and try and find like ways to win and get to know each other. In some ways, that's where we're at too. So if we want to gauge the two outcomes of Philadelphia's games on their back-to-backs this weekend, I think we did better. And if Sixers fans around today, you tell me. You watch both the games. Who do you think played better against y'all, the Raptors or the Blazers? Yeah, well, tonight we get our chance with the Blazers. They're 0-3, and they're right for the pick, and we need to win this game. If there's any kind of fuckery like Friday night and we lose a game to a team that we have no business losing to, I'm going to be a little bit worried. We need this game tonight, Raptors. Don't screw around. Don't play with your food. This is so important for you to even up your record tonight. Because after you play this game, you got to go play Milwaukee and Philadelphia again. So you got to take these ones that are easier and the ones that are against teams that you should beat. And the Trailblazers are a team you need to beat tonight, especially with this favorable ref crew for us. We love you, Dedrick. We love you. All right, let's see. Cowboys first in the chat this morning, guys. Good morning, Lex. Bam. Raptor Freaks. Let's get it on. A win streak. It starts today. Let's go, Raptors. Let's go, Bradley. That's right. Let's go. Love you, Bradley. Dana's here too. Good morning, everyone. Hi, Canadian Cowboy. Hi, Canadian Cowboy. Hi, Dana. Good morning to you on this Monday morning. Trevor's saying, good morning, Raptors. Happy family, happy Monday, happy game day. Let's go. And there's the starting lineup with Siakam, OG, Scotty, Dennis, Jakob, Grady, Darko, and Marquee in the lineup there. I like that. Dana's saying she's going to the Bulls game November the 24th, and I'm going to be so loud. I normally lose my voice, but I hate Chicago now. In some ways, I don't hate Chicago. I hate how we played against Chicago. I hate how we get embarrassed by Chicago. In some ways, the ways we've been beaten by Chicago is our own damn fault. Both games, the play-in and that game last Friday night. In some ways, yeah, the refs were crooked, but we should have never let them control the game to the point where it mattered what they did. We should have controlled the game with our own will and just taken that win. That's part of the problem. This is part of what we need to figure out, Raptors. Are there people on this team that will go and take wins and make sure we get the W's? Because in some ways we can't be complacent. We can't just think they're just going to come to us. We have to go and get them, Raptors. And tonight is an important game for you guys to go and prove that you can go get a victory against a team that isn't as good in the league right now. There's a lot of good teams in this league right now, but Portland is not one of them right now. They may have a lot of talent and athleticism, but they're not together yet. They haven't gelled yet, and they're all very, very new. Let's go look at the Portland Trailblazers lineup real quick because it is quite interesting with all the change this summer. Their starting lineup is like this. They got Scoot Henderson at point guard, of course, the top draft pick. He's a very interesting player. We're going to have to see him for the first time tonight. Marquise Thybulle from the Sixers is playing for them now. Then he's a starter. Jeremy Grant, formerly of the Pistons, is one of their main players, maybe their main guy at this moment. And then DeAndre Ayton's the center. And then, of course, Canadian Shaden Sharp is the fill-in for Simons while he's out. That's a really athletic, long team in a lot of ways. And that's something that we're going to have to match up against tonight. Now, not having Anunoby and Chua tonight could hurt us because they may have a longer kind of team, an athletic, more team than us without those two guys present. So, yeah, and then you got to remember, not only do they have that starting lineup, they got Malcolm Brogdon and Robert Williams, formerly of the Celtics, both coming off the bench to help with things there. You add in Chris Murray, the brother of Keegan Murray, and an old friend, Moses Brown, on their bench also making their team this season from our summer league. So, yeah, this is a young, talented, athletic team, but they may not have enough focus or understanding to win. And this is part of the thing with the Raptors. We got to show that we know how to win. We need to show that we have that treasure map still, and that Fred didn't just take it down to Houston. That we need to show that we still got guys on this team that know the way to get us to the end where we win. That's a very, very important thing for today. All right, let's see what else y'all are saying here. Trevor J's got his words of wisdom this morning. Trouble comes and goes. It is a part of life. But the memories you make last forever. So stay positive. There you go, Trevor J. I appreciate you with that quote. That's a fantastic quote, my friend Trevor. Trouble comes and goes. That's right. Weather the storm. It's just a moment. This time will pass. In some ways, that's the kind of stuff you got to do. In some ways, you don't want to make it doubly worse by reacting emotionally or doing things crazy in that moment. Sometimes it's best to be stoic and just shut up and weather it instead of making it 10 times worse by, reacting. So, yeah, thank you, Trevor J, for your words of wisdom today. Yeah, trouble for the Raptors this weekend. Well, let's get through the adversity, guys. Let's show people what we're made of. That's right. Tristan Phipps is here. Let's go. Let's go, Tristan. Dana should be a good game. Yeah, it should be a good game tonight. Or the Chicago game she's going to also. G saying Bucks lost to the Hawks and in an ugly fashion. The East is wide open. All right, let's talk about the Bucks-Hawks game last night. This is very interesting. Last night, they had Flavor Flav sing the national anthem before the Bucks game. And maybe he sang it in a creative way, and it kind of threw the vibes off in the building because the Bucks losing to the Hawks like that was really, really surprising to me. Let's just put it that way. 127 to 110 victory for the Hawks, beating the Bucks, evening up their score. It is a new coach, Coach Griffin. It is a new secondary top player on the Bucks, and they've got things to work out, kinks and things to work out. This is what this part of the season is all about, is kind of getting the new people around your team integrated and figured out with people. Dame Lillard had stunk the bed last night. He only had like 6 points, and he shot very badly. And like I said, it's going to take a little bit for not only Darko to get his system implemented, but Griffin with the Bucks, even with a senior team that's been together, there's going to be hiccups. There's going to be these kind of things. But if you haven't watched Flavor Flav sing the national anthem from last night, you need to go do that. just for a little pick-me-up today. He's hilarious. It's not that he does it horribly. He just takes a lot of creative license. Let's just put it that way. And then also, it's not on that level of Carl Lewis or Roseanne Barr. Just trust me. But it is a little bit surreal and strange. And, it's Flavor Flav. He's going to do it the way he does it. He's a legend. We love you, Flav. That's right. And people were wondering, why is Flavor Flav singing the national anthem at the Bucks game? It's because his nephew is Marjan Beauchamp, y'all. He's related to one of their young players. And so he's been going to a lot of the Bucks games, and they probably just saw him in the crowd. And you're like, hey, do you want to sing the anthem at one of our games coming up? Yeah, boy. This is basically how that probably went down right there. Trevor J's saying, yes, G, they got their ass kicked. What? Yeah. Well, hey, Coach Griff, welcome to the league as a head coach there. Yeah. Tom Duke saying, yeah, I think so too. The naysayers have been empowered by 2 tough losses. Go Raptors. Game day with OG back. I don't know if OG's going to play tonight. I would like him to come back. He's missed a game already. It may be Precious is doubtful, so he's more likely not to play. And I think OG's more likely to play out of those three guys. Koloko for sure not playing, and maybe Precious not going to play for sure also. But OG could possibly be playing, Tom. I don't know. Out of the 3 of them, it's OG that's most likely to return. So, yeah, you know what? Listen, this is true. In some ways, I get it. People like to overreact to things these days. The Raptors fans are so crazy, the way they overreact to everything. If you really look between the lines and look at what happened this weekend, you can get pissed off about Friday, sure, but don't get pissed off about Saturday, because that game was, not going to be won by us. That was all set up in a lot of ways by the schedule makers, the referees on Friday night, and just different things. They want Nick to get wins over us. For some reason, they want to encourage Nick Nurse's revenge. Why would they schedule us the first 2 times we play against him on the second night of a back-to-back right away at the beginning of the season? It's so fucking calculated. It's like, we're going to get you that get back right away, Nick. So sit tight. You're going to get to go see them the 3rd game and the 6th game of the season. That's very, very calculated, y'all. In some ways, the league wants to make sure that Nick gets stratified above the Raptors after his departure. If it looks like the Raptors are better without him and the Sixers are not as good as the Raptors, that's bad PR for what they want with their narrative of the NBA. So set it up a certain way so that it doesn't fail. Yeah, that's what they did. That's what they did this season. The schedule makers are so insidious. I would ask the schedule makers, are you Philadelphia fans? Because I feel like they are right now, the way they set up their schedule for them to be in the season in context towards us. Seriously. Holy crap. All right, G's saying Skims, the Kim Kardashian brand, is now the official underwear partner of the NBA. I'm sorry, but I can't imagine someone dunking and the Skims logo pops up. I don't even know what you're talking about, G. In some ways, I don't care. With all due respect to you, my friend. Yeah, Kim Kardashian, that just kind of turns my brain off. And I'm like, okay, whatever's coming up, I don't care about is when I hear her name. So there is something interesting going on with branding with the NBA. They have this reveal that's coming out today where they have a bunch of colors and a new look to things for the in-season tournament. Apparently, and the players are seen in this clips saying, ooh, that's really cool. That is awesome. Wow, this is going to be fun. There's a lot of excitement being generated from this new thing they're going to do today. Apparently, the in-season tournament is going to be flashy or have a different look to it than regular season games. Whether it's like, I don't know if they're going to make all the teams make their own new in-season tournament courts, or it's going to be special jerseys. There's going to be something unveiled today in pertaining to the in-season tournament and the way it looks. And they're showing clips of the players looking at all this stuff, and they're like, wow, and they're genuinely enthusiastic about it. So it probably is something really, really cool that's going to get revealed today, later on this afternoon, apparently. Trevor J saying Lillard only scored 6 points. Well, there's growing pains. Like I said, it's not going to work every single time. And let's not act like Lillard didn't have games like this when he played for Portland also. This is the thing. Lillard would have, like, I'd say he played like 3 games where he's like, all right, one game he'll be like 50 points. One game he'll be like 20, 25. One game he may have 6 points. And then the next game he has 20, 25. It's kind of like that. There's levels with what Lillard will do. There are nights where he lets his teammates do everything on the court, and he kind of just kicks back. Maybe he's used as a decoy in those kind of ways, or he just isn't hitting his shot, and it looks like what he looked like last night. So this has been common with him. He has down games. You can go look at his game log from last year, and you'll see there's games where he didn't do jack shit. Nako's saying the good news is right this minute, you probably want Grady instead of Scoot, considering what Scoot's putting out as a starter. Yeah, Nako, this is not the way to gauge people right now, this instant. It's a long-term thing. And in some ways, yeah, you can't go by Grady's one really awesome game on Saturday night and whatever Scoot's doing for them. In some ways, Scoot is being depended on in a much more responsible way, as far as like he has a lot of responsibilities and he has a lot to learn, and he's being thrust right into a much more difficult pivotal role for the Trailblazers right now, and he's going to be making a lot more mistakes. So you can't really do this comparison right now, and that's silly. That's silly, man. It's silly. It's too soon. Callie's saying, good morning. Really praying for a win tonight. There you go, Callie. Yes, please. You know what I always do? And I did it once on the stream last year, and I don't know if I'll do it right now. But at some point today, I will bow my head, and I'm not a religious person. I don't go to church. I consider myself a spiritual person, but I do say a little prayer of health and safety from injury and for a Raptors W. And I will do that at some point this afternoon. So I'll be with you, Callie. Cool Cat's here. Good morning, Raptor Free crew. My main issue with OG is staying on the floor. I pray for at least 1 year in his career for this. Yeah, I don't think he's that hurt. I mean, it's a silly injury. It's just a cramp. And I think he should be able to play today. If he isn't able to play today, it's something stupid then. Something weird's going on. Because he's not really that hurt. He has a cramp. And hopefully he got it fixed over the weekend. They had the day off yesterday. Dennis Schröder dropping his game day vlog for the Philly and Chicago games. He kind of ignored the Chicago game. And he was pissed about that Chicago game. You could tell at the beginning of the stream of his content. He was really pissed. But Dennis very wide open about things. He said a lot of interesting things about the loss against Philadelphia and the different things that have been happening around the team. He's really focused. He's not getting down. He's saying, I realize in some ways I need to be more assertive with driving to the paint and getting into the paint and getting the basket earlier in the game to help my team. And he's looking for ways to help the Raptors however he can, whether it's hitting big threes or scoring or setting up guys. Dennis is actively problem solving how to help the Raptors be better. And I love you for it, Dennis. Apparently him and the family went to Niagara Falls yesterday on their day off, and they're going to have a clip of them at the falls, the family, on probably on Ellen's clips, maybe his, I don't know. But yeah, that's what's going on with Dennis. Once again, he drops another thing on his YouTube yesterday. It's absolutely fantastic. We get the insight of an NBA star's life with like no boundaries, all access. I'm worried about y'all. You should, don't talk about where you guys are at different times. Maybe Joel and Alex, you guys cut out the whole, let's do our schedule in front of everybody on YouTube. In Germany, you guys may be able to get away with that. People will leave you alone, but there's idiots here. And I don't want anything bad to happen or anything crazy like stalkers or anything weird like that. So, I would be worried about privacy issues if you guys could, just in case. I know where y'all are staying. I can tell because of where y'all are driving from and how long it takes y'all. And it's a really nice neighborhood. So y'all just be careful, seriously, with privacy issues. And you start talking about we arrive at the arena at this time. Yeah, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that in some ways. I know y'all coming from LA and yeah, stalker, crazy paparazzi bullshit out there. In some ways, but in some ways, I just worry about the people's safety. And when they're divulging too much about what they do on their game day schedule, people are smart. They can figure this stuff out. And it's not that anybody wants to hurt you guys. It's just I want y'all to be safe. And it's a good way to be protective of that. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's see. David's here. 747.5. Bam. Take that, bro. He's talking about the fantasy league. He won his first week matchup against his brother. With a big score. I think he had the highest score out of anybody's team in the first week of our season. And congratulations to you, David. Now I get to play you this week. So let's go. Just bring it, man. Just bring it. Week 2, baby. Let's go. Save some from me. Save some from me. Yeah, you take it all out on Peter. You come see me now. You come see me now, David. Let's write some fantasy basketball smack talk right now. Yeah, that's right. Naco the Nacho saying, you're probably right about Simmons being their best. though I do still hold Rob in high regard. Well, he's not even starting. Robert Williams is a great player. Don't get me wrong. He's a really, really good defensive player, but he's not a good offensive player, really. And that's what I'm talking about. Simons was like the heir apparent coming up after Lillard, and he can kill people all. He can do maxi kind of stuff. That's what I'm saying. So Simons, in some ways, I don't know. Scoot could be their best player eventually. Ayton, it's not in there. He shouldn't be considered. It's maybe Shaden Sharp. I don't know. But yeah, Portland's an interesting team. Very athletic, very young, and kind of wild. Jimmy Pope saying we really need this win. Really tough back-to-back next. Yeah, Pope of positivity. You say something that is so correct right now. We need this win. We need a reprieve with the W in between stuff that may get ugly. This week coming up is very difficult. We got Dallas, we got Wemby and San Antonio coming up. We got Boston, the first game against Boston. So there's a tough schedule right at the beginning, thrown to the fire right away. And Raptors, we need to weather this and show that Coach Darko is a good coach too, because some of this is reflecting on him. He needs to establish he's a good coach because some of the Raptor fans are going to be all stupid and weird about him if he doesn't have success. So, all right, let's keep going. Tom Duke's got the sushi out. I love it. And there's some breakfast for Diedrich. That's right. Don't skimp on that stuff. And look at the beautiful music that they're playing, the piano and the trumpet out there. Listen, Musa Dagger, play some piano with your life. Not like Siakam saying, quit playing piano with your life. Musa Dagger, play more piano with your life. That's right. Did you guys notice before the game the other day, they did a whole piano intro on, I guess, whichever, Sportsnet or TSN. And it was like, it was so nice. And I kept thinking, it's like, is this a dig at Nick? Now, they didn't do it before the Philadelphia game. They did it before the Chicago game on Friday night. And when I was watching it, I was like, man, this is totally like a Nick thing. Why? It's like Siakam said, quit playing piano with your life. But they got this guy playing this beautiful piano solo before the game to hype us up. It was really weird. Mugarbe's here. Good to see Mugarbe. Lennon holding it down in the middle of the country for us. Good morning, Raptor Freaks. It's game day. Let's go, Mugarbe. I hope you have a fantastic Monday. Raptor your day, just like the Raptors should tonight and getting a win over the Trailblazers. Whatever you're doing, do it with excellence. Do it the right way. Everything matters, Raptors. Every little thing that happens on the court matters and adds up to whether you win or lose. And you always have to remember that, Scotty. Yeah, that's what you guys got to remember. G saying on Dennis's vlog, he was disappointed he wasn't more aggressive in the first quarter in the Sixers game. Expect an aggressive Dennis. Yeah. He wished he had done more in the beginning of the game in certain ways. They were doing really good in the beginning of the game, though. That's weird. I like how he showed up near the end and started hitting a couple threes. He had 2 or 3 threes in the later in the game, in the fourth quarter even, that was trying to get us scrapped back. It was him and Scotty really trying to get us back at the end of the game on Saturday night. And they were the only two that were kind of hitting stuff. Siakam hit a couple of shots too. Yeah. Carl's here, and he's got me on blast. Well, good morning, Carl Odds. How is it going in Atlanta? I heard that Harry had a baseball game last night. I hope he won. And everything was fun and awesome having grandparents there. That's awesome, man. Jimmy Pope saying, I hate Pat Bev, dude. Dude scores 2 points. Yeah, we're going to talk about Pat Bev a little bit today. And acts like he has a right to talk smack. I really want get back just for him next time we play them. Dude's a loser. You know, I'm not upset with Pat Bev in some ways. In some ways, he's right, Jimmy. I hate to say it. In some ways, people are getting on him. He's like, who the hell are you to say something? And I love the comment sections underneath what he's saying. It's not like everybody's on Pat Bev's side. Everybody's attacking him and going at him and saying, like, who the hell are you to say this? But in some ways, listen, he has a point. And in some ways, what he's saying could help us. These guys do need to take a good, hard look in the mirror on our team and find out who could be this guy that he's saying we don't have. Because we do need a dog. We do need somebody who gives a crap, like really, really gives a crap. You know, I was watching some clips the other day, and like Charles Barkley is talking about why Michael's so special, because he really wants to kill people on the court. And we just need that. I know Scotty's got it in him. I know he's got it in him where he wants to go and kill the other team. And he'll have that. It's just that they don't recognize Scotty as having that dog yet. But you can get that dog real quick, Scott. You can get it real quick. You're powerful, man. And I believe in you. And, you know, the more you showcase your skills and how overpowering you can be, that's the dog. You just got to utilize it correctly in the right times, make the right winning decisions. defensively and offensively, and you will dominate. You will dominate. And then people will say he's a dog. He's got dog in him. That's what I'm saying. In some ways, Scott, this could be the best opportunity for you to be more like Mike. Like Mike. If you could be more like Mike, I want you to be more like Mike. Mike. If you could be more like Mike. That's right. Let's see. Yeah, Pat Bev in some ways saying that. I hope he lights a fire under us. It didn't on Saturday, unfortunately. And we may have been tired from Chicago. Fiercey saying, good morning, fam, and happy Monday. One game at a time. Let's get it tonight. That's right, Fiercey. That's right. Portland, you're next. And hopefully we can kick your ass in our home arena tonight. Come down there right, Raptors fans. Be loud. Get that defense chant going good whenever the Portland Trailblazers have the ball, and make me proud. That's right. Yeah, Fiercey's laughing at Dana. And Fiercey's saying, wow, Kim Kardashian making big moves. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Do we need to know about the underwear sponsor of the NBA? Like, do we need to know about this? That seems like private knowledge. Like your underwear. Like, why do we need to know about the underwear these guys are playing? Are they going to be playing in it? No, man. We don't need to cross over with the WWE. We don't need them out there playing in their underwear. This is weird. This is weird. Fiercey saying Flavor Flav is a rapper. Him singing makes me confused. Well, it made a lot of people confused last night in Milwaukee at First Serve. Yeah, it did. It's like, man, he's not even a rapper though. See, in some ways he's not. He doesn't even do bars. He's just a hype man. He's kind of like me. We're like birds of a feather, him and I. I'm like Flavor Flav, the Public Enemy, is a hype man for Chuck D and Terminator X and all them. And well, I'm the hype man for the Raptors. So in some ways, that's what we do. So yeah, he's a lot of yeah, boy, and like yeah, you know it, all that kind of stuff. And like I don't remember him ever going off like Chuck D was, like welcome to the Terror Dome, and then he's like yeah, boy, and that's all that was. It's not like this man was even rapping hardly ever. He was just like the extra accoutrement around the edges of like he adds texture. He is in some ways. Some people would say he was like a hip hop mascot, That's what he is, and that's why it's so cool. And then you add in his surreal life history with Brigitte Nielsen and that whole chapter of being on reality TV and getting to know him on Flavor of Love and all that stuff. Oh, man, I love that guy. Seriously, he's a real one. And honestly, if you haven't watched him sing it, you will see he is not a singer, and he does not hit notes. He's very artistic with his beats and the way he did it. And his ending's fantastic. Holy crap. He really drawed it out real nice. And you can see the faces of the players in the crowd while he's doing it. And it's awkward, but it's such good. Oh my gosh, it's so good. And you can't say he did a bad job. And if anybody's coming out there saying that he did disrespect to the national anthem last night, shut up. He was amazing. He did it with his heart and his talent. That's what you get from him, with his heart and his talent. Don't expect him to sing perfect notes like Andrea Bocelli. No, he's out there in the Rockets' red glare. Now, he wasn't Carl Lewis bad. Let's just put it that way. He wasn't Carl Lewis bad. Oh, my gosh. Nameless saying, don't worry, the refs will make it unnecessarily close tonight. I don't believe that. I don't believe that, Nameless. Come on. We want to think good tonight. We got a good ref crew. These guys are nice to us. I'm serious. I'm usually right on this. And tonight, we've got a very fair, good ref crew, and we should win tonight. Seriously. The way we won't win tonight is if we don't do it ourselves. It's the work we got to put in ourselves to get to that W. We don't play together on defense and solidly, then we won't win. And that's basically the key right there. I'm not even talking about the offense. Sure, they got to hit shots. They got to get going. But the first key is to play together and stay solid on defense. Dennis even said it in his thing yesterday. That we play better together on defense at times, we do better. Because some of that fell apart in the second half against the Sixers on Saturday night. A lot of the defensive stuff that we're supposed to do together wasn't happening together. And that's a huge key for the victory tonight. Let the defense work hard. Work yourselves on defense against this talented team and stay together and communicating together. Yeah, I don't think this ref crew will put our centers in foul trouble. I don't. I mean, we might see that. Ayton, I don't know. It depends on how much they're throwing it down to Ayton, and he's trying to do stuff to Pirtle. But I'll bet you Pirtle guards Ayton really well. After going up against Embiid, it may be like a tasty snack for Jakob as far as on defense. Embiid's impossible, but Ayton is manageable. Let's just put it that way. He's manageable. All right, let's see. Tom Duke is saying we need to get for every game. Watching Scotty, what we need to get for every game? We need to forget every game. Watching Scotty answer questions after the loss was encouraging. He was disappointed, but wasn't having the gloom of our Raptors media tried on him so early still. Yeah. Scott, you're our leader, man. You need to do something. Do something big. Siakam, you can still do it too. It's not too late. And I still believe in you too. But we need a hero. Tina Turner's song is the opposite of what we need right now. We need another hero. We need to know the way home. All we want is another W at Scotiabank Thunderdome. We need a hero, Tina Turner. We definitely need a hero. So step up and be one. Even if OG comes back from injury tonight, you can be a hero, OG. Be a hero against a team that covets you so much. Oh my gosh, they covet you. Smooth's here. I wonder if OG overtrains in the offseason. He seems to have chronic injury problem. I don't want to label these guys with any things like this, Smooth. I mean, listen, I don't know what happened. It could be something really simple, like he stepped on somebody's foot when he came down in the game the other night and it kind of caused a cramp. Whatever it is, maybe he wasn't hydrated right. I don't know what it is. Sometimes people just get cramps or weird things like that, and they got to go to the back. I don't want to over speculate this. And once again, I don't like labeling any of our guys injury prone. That's really not productive or positive or useful. We don't want to start writing stories like that. None of our guys are injury prone. They just miss time from time to time. And all NBA players do. All NBA players do. Monique is saying, good morning, Raptor Freak family, and happy game day. Portland is trash. It's a win for us. Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves, Monique. They got to do the work to make sure we get that almighty W today. Is not just guaranteed or granted to us. Just because they're 0-3, well, that means they're kind of hungry and they need a win. They're going to be a little desperate because they haven't won yet. They're 0-3. Now, it is our advantage that they played last night and they had to travel late to come to Toronto to play us tonight. So the back-to-back favors us tonight with them getting tired. And hopefully Darko uses this as a strategy. Everything in this league needs to be utilized as a strategy and advantage. The team's coming back from it back-to-back, and you had a rest day. You need to kick their ass with energy, with running them off the court. So Raptors really show that. There's sometimes I see you guys get weakened opponents from back-to-back situations, and you do not capitalize on that advantage. And I want to see that tonight. Last year was Nick. He wasn't doing certain things. I was like, man, you could really capitalize on the fact that this team is tired, but you're not doing it. You're tiring our guys out by playing them 40 minutes also. Let's see if Darko can do this smart so that this will be the thing to watch. Around the fourth quarter, watch and see which team has the energy tonight. It shouldn't be Portland. If Portland is having the energy on the second night of back-to-back against us and they look like they're more energetic than us, then something's fucked up with us. Let's just put it that way. I love you, Monique, and let's get that win tonight. I'm with you, baby. Kareem saying it smooth. I personally think it's lack of training. Absolutely no reason to be injured 4 games into an 82-game season. Sure there is, Kareem. You can get injured at any time. Look at Chet Holmgren last summer. He was in a Pro-Am game, and he just kind of got hurt for the whole year. You can't say this. People can get hurt in preseason. People can get hurt in all kinds of weird situations. They can get hurt in the jump ball, and they haven't hardly even played either. I know that you can say that you think that this is too early for this, but people, that's the thing. We don't want to talk more about this. And seriously, just let OG. If OG knows his body the best, and listen, if he needs to go out, it will save us him missing way more time than just he goes out for just a little bit of time right now. I'll take that. I'll take 1 game out or 2 games out if that means he won't be out for a month. I mean, we got to think about this here. Seriously. Nameless is saying Milwaukee, Philly, and Timberwolves back-to-backs. Yeah, there's the back-to-backs with Philadelphia are absolutely scheduled losses. Absolutely. The one on Saturday night that I went to, scheduled loss. The one that's coming up against in Philadelphia on Thursday, yeah. Think about it. We got to play Dame Lillard and Giannis Antetokounmpo on Wednesday night here in Toronto. Then you got to get on plane, go to Philadelphia and play Nick Nurse and the Sixers again on Thursday. Scheduled losses. NBA directing the Raptors to lose to the Sixers after the divorce between Nick Nurse and the Sixers. The Nick Nurse and the Raptors. Man. Fiercely saying Skims is a product that enhances the ladies' curves and camouflages their bellies or love handles. I'm puzzled. I mean, the Raptors and the rest of the NBA are supposed to be some of the top athletes in the world. Do they really need that pouch hidden? If anybody's got any pouches that need to be hidden by this underwear clothing company, it's like, shouldn't this company be maybe like sponsoring the WNBA and be in their official underwear? If this is what's going on here, the ladies' curves and camouflaging bellies. Brian Winders. I didn't know we were going to talk about underwear today. That's right. Nameless saying it's an effing joke. All right, Carl saying it's time for the Raptors to eat. Let's go. All right, Raptor freak Carl Odds. I'm all about that. I love that, man. I love that. That's awesome. Fiercely saying I didn't care much for the Dame drama, but he did. But did he really ask to be traded once Scoot was drafted? Pretended it was because he wanted to win a chip? Could be. I mean, I wouldn't put it past him. He's a weird guy. In some ways, he sees Scoot as a timetable. And you can see from what Gerald said earlier about he's not fitting in. He's going to take time to get better or understand the NBA game and Dame's like, I don't have time. Dame time doesn't have time to wait for Scoot and his scooter to get to the level where he can play next to me and we can win at a high level. So that's part of it right there. I don't think it's particularly that it's Scoot Henderson. It's just that it's because, he's not on the same timetable as them at this point. He's been trying. They got the escalator every time in his career. All right, I'm going to go up with this crew. Okay, it didn't work. All right, we're going to start with this crew. Didn't work. He's probably come up with like 2 or 3, at least 4 cohorts of teammates to try and mature into a playoff level team. And he's not willing to go through the little growth to get to that level again with Scoot at this point. I don't think it's particularly him, but it could be. You may be right. I don't know. Trevor J saying in-season tournament starts November the 3rd. Yeah, it's coming quick. Trevor J in the Trevor J Cup. That's right. If you have a team in this Trevor J Cup challenge, yeah, get ready for it. All right, let's go. Let's see. Monique saying great video by Dennis. Yeah, I love his content. He's so wide open with things. And it's funny, they were kind of making Joel the heel and Alex the nice guy. It was like they had Alex, they were talking about the traffic between Toronto and LA. And Ellen was trying to say the traffic was just as bad as LA coming to the game tonight. And Alex was like, no way. He's like, no, it wasn't. Usually in LA, we're on that freeway for like 3 hours and it's from further away. And the traffic was only bad just down near Scotiabank Arena, around the area of the arena. And it wasn't that bad otherwise. So Alex was like correcting Ellen. He's like, this wasn't as bad as LA traffic. And I believe Alex. It's not that Toronto traffic isn't bad. It's just there's scales to this. The LA traffic spread out and you may be on that freeway for like 2 hours. Here, you usually can get through in under an hour around there. It's just a pain in the butt because you're kind of waiting around. So, yeah, that was an interesting little thing. And, Alex, you got some points in my book because you said some nice things about Toronto traffic versus L.A. And I want to like you too, man. I want to like you too. Joel's awesome. I love his personality. And his kid's hilarious. I was watching him during the game the other day because I could see where they were sitting. And Joel's son is very active during the game. He is cheering. He's moving around. He's getting crazy. When there's a dunk, he's like, ah! It's so awesome. It's so awesome to see him and Junior Schröder get crazy at the game. Let's see. Fiercely saying, I really like Dennis's vlogs. Candid and entertaining. I just fast forward when he plugs merch. Yeah, he's going to do that. I mean, it's a business. And in some ways, what he's doing is very calculated to be like something where he can try and sell products. And I don't hate him for it. I mean, I think it's awesome because I just like the insight and the ability to see what is in the player's mind and him hearing what he's thinking about what's happening to the Raptors. It could be really a great way for us to understand what's going on with them from his perspective, as far as like what he sees is going on with the team, whether success or failure. So I'm really happy and blessed and feel lucky that Dennis does what he does. Let's just put it that way. Fiercely saying, looking forward to playing against the DominAyton. He does not deserve that nickname. DominAyton. Nah, it doesn't work. It doesn't work, Fiercey. It just doesn't work. Nako saying Dame didn't want to be traded unless it was to Miami. I don't think he hates Milwaukee. but I think he'd rather be in Portland right now. You really? You read that from him? I don't read that at all. I think he's very happy to be out of Portland. I think he is. In some ways, the ties with him in Portland are just done. They severed them this summer. And if he was still back in Portland right now, it would just be toxic at this point. Because too much was said, too much happened in the summer, and he needed to leave. Now, him wanting to just go to Miami, but he's happy in Milwaukee. There's footage of him saying that if I could play with any player in the league, I want to play with Giannis. Well, he got his wish. So I think he's in a good place. And I wouldn't read a 6-point game last night into anything. It's just that there's a learning curve with learning on a new team. Mischief's here. Good to see Mischief. Good morning, Lex and the Raptor Freak family. I saw a Tada van on the Davenport, and that's how you spell it, Lex. Tada. That's right. It's Tada. Just like magic. You know, if you got to do some magic. Alakazam, Alakazoo, ta-da, boom. Yeah, your windows are washed. Your couch has been moved outside, ma'am. Thank you, young man, for moving my couch. Yeah, Tada Services in the Greater Toronto area. Bradley, Canadian cowboy, a frequent regular on this channel, and his brother will come to your house and do any odd jobs for you. Tada is a great service in the Toronto area. They can come and do whatever. It's odd jobs, baby. That's right. If it's weird, maybe they might be able to do it. If you ever had something weird that you needed done and you're like, I don't know, Bradley might be your guy. He's very much an all do it anything kind of person. So Tada Services, you may see the trucks around Toronto. That's right. There you go. Mugarbe saying, Lex, I know you might disagree with me on this one. Coach Darko doesn't know how to play Pascal. You can't have Pascal turn the best player into a spot-up shooter. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things we got to figure out. It's really early. It's not that I'm going to disagree with you. Yeah, but I'm not going to say that you don't have merit in what you're saying also, Mugabe. I'll say this. I think that what's happening right now is in some ways Siakam's got to revert to the very beginning of his career again and start over in some ways. It's not like he's got to start over and it's going to take so long, like years and years. It's more like he's got to come in and play like the first couple of years Siakam role player, getting a lot of rebounds, offensive rebounds, just kind of staying open for cuts and getting passes and dunking it. He may need to also be like looking to pass more right now in the system that Darko runs right now. So in some ways, he's just got to flesh out his game. And in some ways, he's got to play more like Scotty, is what I'm going to say right now. He needs to be more of a stat stuffer. He's doing a good job. And actually, he has been stat stuffing. So it's really just his offensive output isn't as high, especially in the last game. And that's where people are getting critical about this. Well, in some ways, it could have been also the Nick Nurse and the Sixers purposely were shadowing Siakam and diverting water with their defense on our offensive schemes so that Siakam didn't get as many looks. You know, I'm sure that Nurse really respects Pascal and what he can do from coaching him for so many years. And in some ways, that's part of the problem there too, that Siakam got 11 points, partly because he's playing against his former coach who really knows him inside out. I mean, I don't know. I can't really say it's Darko's fault or he doesn't know how to use him. Siakam's got to learn his system and do it right. And in some ways, he's going to really feast like he did in his early years on garbage points. If he wants a lot of points, he can go get them, but he can also get touches. It's just we can't have him holding the ball for like 10 seconds and working to get his shot. That's over. No more of that. And in some ways, that is how he would get those shots and do that kind of stuff. But we can't do this anymore. It's not going to fit what we're going to do in the future and going forward. And that's why he needs to make adjustments. He can. He's talented, and he can get good production still. It's just going to be different and in different categories in some ways. He'll go get a 30-point game. He can flirt with 40 points. It's just he's got to do it within the system. And he will. He will. He's gonna blossom again very soon. And everybody's fears about Siakam and different things, it's going to go away. Because then be like, oh, he can do what he used to do with Darko's system. He can still do it. David's saying, yes, sir, that's it. They do great work here. We had a huge hole in the wall, and Tada did a great job. I even learned something about patching drywall. David, I'm wondering why that hole was in the wall. I'm wondering. David. Very competitive David. I'm wondering why that hole was in the wall, David. Yeah, I love you, David. See, that's a great endorsement for Tada Services. David had a hole in his wall, and he called Tada, and they came and patched it up. just like they patched a little bit of his soul of that. Yes, I love you, David. You're going down this week in fantasy. That's right. Cool Cat saying, out of curiosity, I looked at tickets for upcoming games. There are standard and lots of resale tickets. The ticket prices are really too high considering the stage of the team. Yeah, I won't disagree with this. I mean, there's greedy. Everybody's greedy these days. The grocers, the oil companies, they're all greedy. They're greedy, no like morals people at this point. This is this thing. The fall of the world will be capitalism. And everybody's going to just bleed blood out of a stone at this point. It's so messed up. Wages aren't going up, and everybody has to pay more and more as time goes on. Well, you got to make sacrifices if you want to go to the Raptors game. In some ways, yeah, the rich, the casuals that don't really care about the team will be in there. And some of the people that are very good fans will be priced out. I hate that, Cool Cat. I hate that so much. But there is a correction to things. It may be that the hype and the demand for the tickets will go down if the team isn't as good. And then maybe things will even out. I don't know. In some ways, we can't control this to a degree. You can control your own personal decisions with how you get your tickets and what price and what you're willing to spend. And if your consumer price is too high, then you don't buy it. And then they find out the economics of how the market works. So I say this will correct itself over time. If the product is not good enough for the price, the people won't come. So if you have a problem with it, Cool Cat, personally, well, make your opinion known by choosing what you want to do. Maybe it's you get tickets still at a good price and you can still go to the games, or you refuse to go to a certain level of price just because of things the way they are, because you don't feel like it's conducive to the way the team's the same as it was last year. So the ticket prices are the same as it was last year. It's the same. I won't say this team's worse than last year. Not yet, at least. Yeah, if the tickets are comparable to last year, then they're at the right level. But they're all high anyway. They're all too high anyway. G saying, Mugabe, I think they are trying to get Scotty and Pascal to become good three-point shooters to help with spacing. This may pay off in a few months. I think Siakam will incorporate himself more too. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We got to just kind of be like, let's just get up each morning, see what's up ahead. I'll do my stream at 9:30 in the morning, take care of the previews and the reactions, and just go with the flow and just adjust and stay present. I think that's the biggest thing that Raptors fans need to do is stay present in some ways. Don't get bogged down by the past and different things. Don't get worried and stressed out about the future. Let's just stay present. And in some ways, accept what we get. You guys get so like order it up like to your specificity, like you're in a restaurant. I want deviled eggs, but I don't want them with the side thing, the sauce. Put it on just hold it. Just keep it back there. And can you really roast my potatoes? I want them really charred and like black. And say, you can't fucking order up your basketball team like that. Like you're at a restaurant talking to a waiter. So let's stop acting like that. Let's cheer for the team regardless, ride or die for them. And everybody who's such a perfectionist and wants to like, oh, they're horrible. Just go fuck off and go be perfect at your life since you're so fucking perfect. You go fuck off, Mr. Perfect. Yeah, Kurt Hennig. Go fucking throw a football through some Bridgestone tire challenge for a day or something with Lanny Poffo. Yeah, just fuck off with your Mr. Perfect bullshit. Teams are not perfect, and they're going to go through ups and downs, success and failure. You got to do the failure to get the success. That's just a damn truth. That's right. Kareem's saying, I'm expecting a Pascal Siakam coming out party tonight. I love this. I'm going to give Kareem a dunk for saying something positive. This is different than what Kareem usually gets a dunk for. He usually is a funny guy. Today, he's a positive, supportive guy. And I like his prediction. I want to see Siakam get the leading score tonight and to be absolute dominant and to shut up a whole bunch of the noise around him right now with success and badassery. That's right. I love you, Kareem. That was awesome. Mischief saying Raptors are going to win. Ta-da. Love that word. That's right. Ta-da. Raptors win. Ha-ha. Woo. Alakazam. Alakazo. Ta-da. Boom. Yes. Yes, Harry Potter. What? Harry Pot smoker. Yeah. Seymour saying, aha, still punching air, man. We need a W. See, Seymour's still pissed. There's back-to-back losses this weekend. I mean, Chicago was enough for me. But in some ways, I've had so much stuff going on this weekend. I haven't had time to get bogged down in all the misery of the Raptors. I've had my own misery in my own other ways. So instead of getting so tied up with it, I'm just like, whatever, stay present, Lex. Just go forward. Just go forward and look at what's ahead. And that's a Portland Trailblazers game tonight. That's right. That's right. Seymour, I wish you peace, man. I want you peace in your heart and soul. I know you're a restless, angry soul right now. I want you peace, man. Cool Cat saying, I think we have to stop thinking about W's for now. Be more attentive to processing our new schemes by Coach Darko. That is the best way. Players have to get comfortable with the new system. This is so wise and exactly right on point. I'm going to give Cool Cat a dunk for this one, too. This is just sage wisdom that's coming out of Cool Cat right here. And she's exactly right. Now, the thing about this is we can still hopefully win, and wins will be good because it'll help with certain parts of our fan nation. But the smart ones, the people who are paying attention like we are, let's just look for progress. Let's just look for like, okay, this is a bit better. Oh, I like this connectivity that's going on in this way. Wow, that was a really good play. I think we need to put that in a pin in that and use that for more in this as the season goes on. It's that kind of stuff. We want to see progress from Grady, seeing how he does more and more as a rookie. We want to see progress from our young guys in development. We want to see progress from Scott. That kind of stuff could really be like where we're gauging what our success is instead of the W's right now, because the W's may not happen as often as we think. And it could be like, oh, you're just going to look at a record. Well, it's a work in progress. And in some ways, what Cool Cat is saying is exactly right. We need to be more attentive to how our process and system is developing and getting better. That's what it is. Yeah, Fiercely saying thank you to Nako. And they was saying, I don't believe it's a crap at all, but whatever, I'll roll with it. You don't believe it's a cramp at all? These motherfuckers lie like walnuts. I hate this kind of like worry about this. There's a lot of like talk that people are saying more and more that NBA players are soft right now. And they're right. They're right. And this is part of the problem with our team right now is I'm worried about like the common NBA, like softness of players. They're coddled. They're definitely not like the 80s players. They're not like the 90s players. These guys were like so hard nosed and they really like scrap for everything they got. In some ways, the guys today get their plates already handed to them and they don't have to go and fight for the scraps of just a little bit of food, everything they do. And that's part of the problem right now. The NBA, the way they set it up with coddling superstars and making them big things before they even show up, like Victor and Scoot recently, it's kind of like you really aren't building dogs. You're building softies. And they're softies in the way that like they don't care about playing, whether they play or not. They don't care about winning. They just get the check and they just show up. There's a lot of different levels to softiness. Now, I don't want to say that OG's missing games just because he doesn't want to get out there or he want to conveniently miss Nick Nurse game or something like that for some reason or whatever. No, I don't want to say that. I'm going to say that OG is actually hurt because this man will play if he's like things. So I worry about that. If it's a touchy foul or a stupid foul or it's not a foul injury, if they're just sitting and it's barely an injury and an old head that played in like the 90s would play no matter, like this is nothing. What are you talking about? You're hurt. I'd get out there and play like this. What are you talking about? You're hurt. What is wrong with you? That I really don't want to believe this about him. What you're trying to speculate right here, Nameless. In some ways, OG's been very dutiful and played high energy in like a lot of games and been hurt, even played while he was hurt. So I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. I don't want to label him like this. That doesn't help things. To say he's just out, just to be out. That's no good. I don't like that. MSJ saying wins will come, but all this has to be given time. Yeah, Chris is right. Another sage comment. Fiercely saying, hate to compare, but De'Aaron Fox has that dog in him. Yesterday against the Lakers, his ankle twisted and he left in the fourth quarter. He's so competitive. He came back with 4 minutes and had an impact. That's what I'm saying. This is what we're talking about. This dog factor is a real thing. And Patrick Beverley, as much as we hate him and being a little talking shit, little idiot to run around doing cardio, getting 2 points and still talking shit, he has some points on this. And in some ways, I want these guys to meet the challenge and be like, prove him wrong. Prove him wrong is what I'm saying. MSJ saying, got to be a fan at this point. It's not so much an analyst. Yeah. In some ways, it really is like that. I really try and balance things on here. I want to use insight and look at it. But once again, it's always about trying to be positive on this channel with me. It's like, listen, I want to help the team. I don't want to hurt them. And let's pump them up and let's say good things. But also at the same time, be realistic and have the constructive criticism in certain areas where it seems like this is part of the problem we need to fix to make the team better. So yeah, it's tough. It's tough. And people have such, like I said, Mr. Perfect, just go and do your own thing. Go bowl a 300 perfect game, just like Kurt Hennig did on Wrestling Challenge in 1988. Go ahead and go down to the bowling alley and even play Canadian 5-pin or whatever. I don't care. Just bowl a perfect game and get your perfectness out, because he ain't going to be perfect with the Raptors this year. All right. Mr. Perfect. Yeah, Kurt Hennig. Yeah, fighting Brock Lesnar on the plane ride from hell. Yeah. G saying OG has had an injury in the past that may have caused overcompensation from other parts of his body. I'm pretty sure they are just being cautious early in the season. Let other players develop on D. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, in some ways, I think caution is smart with him. In some ways, we saw how long we missed Precious last year. It's always good to be on the right side of things. I'm going to say this. I trust Alex McKechnie. Yeah. I trust Dr. Alex McKechnie, and he's going to look at these guys. He did such a good job with Kawhi the 1 year he was here. That's what I say. Anything in medical has to do with whether it's Koloko and his mystery illness, whether it's Anunoby right now, whether it's Precious. I'm going to just trust Dr. Alex, and I'm going to trust that these guys are motivated to show up and play as many games as they can, and that it isn't something weird or stupid. MSJ saying, see the Curry backcourt violation? Laugh out loud. I saw him messing with Dillon Brooks. I saw him make that crazy shot with Dillon Brooks jumping all over the place, and then he did the scream by Edmund Munch. Ah! I saw that, but I didn't see the backcourt. Let's see. Fiercely saying, not even WNBA from what I heard. You can barely breathe and walk when you wear Skims. It tucks in everything, so definitely an inconvenience when playing. Yeah, I don't know. People paid money to put the brand next to the NBA brand. That's what it is. And Kim Kardashian's involved. Is she like a part owner of it? Is that part of it? I don't know. Maybe the marketing people are stupid and they're like, man, we kind of missed our target audience with this. I don't know. Maybe there's fat Philadelphia fans that need some Skims while they watch the Sixers play this year. Yeah, I really wish I could work on my gut. Oh, there's Kim Kardashian on the game. Oh, what's she talking about? Maybe something from Gut. Yeah. It's like Philly fans. You got a gut? You need some Skims. That's what you need. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Monique's saying, I'm obviously in the arena tonight, of course. All right. You've been getting to every home game so far this season. I see you were at Minnesota. And I didn't know you were going to be at Philadelphia. I did not know you were going to be at that game on Saturday night that I was at too. And she's going to be down there again tonight. You go, Mo. Tangerine fan VIP access. That's what's going on with Monique. As usual, Superfan Monique has got that Tangerine all access. I love you, Mo. You're so awesome. Cheer our team on to a victory tonight. That's right. Cool Cat saying that family sure has creative access to the NBA. We're talking about Kardashians. Yeah, creative access with their lovers. Creative access with I won't use that C word. I won't use it. You know which one I'm saying. Yeah. Chris Humphries, part of that history of the Kardashians on our team. Yeah, Chris and Kim. That seems like so long ago. Way before Kanye, there was Chris. And Chris Humphries was playing for the Raptors. And Kim Kardashian was that was her man. Chris Humphries, that's right. Name was saying, let's fucking go, Superfan Mo. That's right. Let's go, Monique. Yeah. Let's go. Kick some ass tonight, Raptors. In the name of Monique Lawrence. That's right. Go kick that ass tonight. That's right. That is right. All right, let's see. Cool Cat saying also, Dame made a good career move. They drafted his replacement instead of trying to get him a playoff contending team. He would be wasting his time on a rebuilding team. Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying earlier about the Dame thing going to Milwaukee. He's happy there. Don't misread him as not being happy there. He's a weird guy. He always kind of seems like he's a little bit kind of like annoyed. That's just how he carries himself. He kind of has that they have resting bitch face. I think that Dame Lillard has resting annoyed face. Yeah, that's a pretty good quote right there. You can clip that out and put that in place. I think Dame Lillard has resting annoyed face. Seymour saying that's his official nickname. It's been that even in Phoenix. They called him DominAyton. Well, that's a ridiculous name. That's a ridiculous name for him. Does he really dominate? Really? Does he show up? Does he have dog at the end of the game? See, he's one of those guys that's suspect for dog in this league. He's very suspect for dog. That's right. Fiercely saying, I know we don't do TMZ type of reporting, but I also believe Dame is happier in Milwaukee. Heard his ex allegedly stepped out on him. Hence, he may have bad memories from Portland. He looked kind of sad or nostalgic at the parade, holding his kids. New beginnings for him. Yeah, they're getting a divorce. It's like he got traded to Milwaukee, and then like a couple days later, he's like, "I'm getting divorced and I'm separating from my wife." I thought this. I didn't know that part that you're talking about how he thinks that she cheated on him. I don't know. In some ways, it's their business. I don't care. M.A. Adoka stuff, whatever. Do your thing. The thing about it, though, is think about this. Lillard family has lived in Portland for so long, and there's kids involved. And in some ways, to uproot those kids and take them to Milwaukee is a whole lot. Now, I could see him going as a single guy to Milwaukee without his family and letting his partner continue to raise the children with their friends and everybody in Portland. So it makes sense that they get divorced. If they're not going to live together, then he can be free and have that single man NBA lifestyle. And she's at home taking care of the kids in Portland still, and they don't have to uproot their kids' lives. In some ways, that's why I thought they were getting a divorce. But if she cheated and that's part of it, or he cheated, or whatever happened, I don't care. TMZ kind of bullshit. I don't care what it was. But I thought that was convenient for the children to be able to continue to live their life in Portland with daddy going to Milwaukee. Does that make any sense, what I just said? I think it does. Let's see. Cool Cat saying, I saw a clip of Dame and Giannis, and if they get the chip, Giannis gets a feature on Dame's rap release. Okay, so he promised him that. So that's the carrot he's putting out in front of Giannis. That is like, listen, bro, you're not. I don't even know if you got any skills. I don't even know if you got bars or anything. But if we win that championship, you're going to get a feature on my album. I'm gonna let you do a song with me, and it's gonna be fire. And it was like, Giannis is like, you know what? This might just actually get me motivated to do this. Yeah, that's funny. That's an amazing little carrot to put in front of Giannis. Now, can he rap? Does he have any skills? Probably not. He may sound like Flavor Flav doing the national anthem. Yeah. Carlos saying only Raptor Freak Lex and Sheb, the only voice of reason in Raptor YouTube. Samson Folk, too. There you go. That's good company for me to be in. Samson and Sheb, two of my favorite people doing Raptors content out there. Yeah. Hey, let us be the Three Musketeers. That's right. We got to hold our heads high and be Raptors fans no matter what. Listen, if you were a Raptors fan around 97, you know this is a good time we're still in right now. Come on now. Listen, there's other periods of time. Some people have been bringing up names like Jamario Moon and Steve Novak lately. Yeah, there are other times we could be in right now. Just understand that right now. Trevor J saying, last night, Steph Curry busted a move on Dillon Brooks, had him flying. It was so funny. Yeah, Rockets not won a game yet, and they've been getting beat pretty bad. It is pretty bad. But that Western Conference is tough. Sorry, Freddie. Sorry, Dillon. Villain Dillon. We love you, Villain Dillon. Yes. Carlos saying, I changed my tune from yesterday. I believe our all-NBA guy will figure shit out. There you go. He's believing in Siakam again right now. Listen, never count him out. Is when it's darkest for Siakam. He always finds a way to get that motivation and prove everybody wrong. You know, the pain of the bubble and all the things in that way that shaped him as a person. He has a way and he knows the way through this because he's gotten through this before. In some ways, this is easier because he's gotten through this before. So it's like it's familiar. He's been in this place before. He understands. And you know what? He's had success and came out of it before. So you're right to believe in Siakam. I do too. I believe in him myself. Name is saying, Dame, you're a whack-ass rapper. Please stop. All right, let's talk about music since I forgot to talk about this all weekend with all the games. There were releases by former Raptors this past week by Serge Ibaka and CJ Miles, both dropping videos this week, and I watched them on Friday. And Serge's actually made my list, y'all. Serge Ibaka with "What It Do, Baby," a song with a sample of Kawhi Leonard at the beginning of it. Is such a Raptors championship kind of song. I highly recommend y'all go watch the new video by Serge Ibaka, "What It Do, Baby." It's just an Afrobeat, and he does a little bit of lyrical stuff over it, but it's kind of just a party, like get down kind of song, and it's not a very elaborate or very like a lot to it, but I love it. And Serge being an NBA player primarily, and then a fashion model next, and then I do artiste, and then a rap star or anything, a musician after that. He's amazing considering that he's an NBA player and he's making music. And in some ways, it's badass. Honestly, some people say Art, his album that came out last year, is one of the best albums ever put out by an NBA player. And I agree. I agree. So check out Serge's new video with Kawhi. What it do, baby? And then also Mace Freshco, our guy with Amit Man on the Yahoo, talking about the Raptors these days. Former Raptor CJ Miles put a song out last week and it was badass. And he actually really has skills. In some ways, he's a better rapper than Dame Lillard. I'm gonna say that right now. CJ Miles, he actually has really good bars. He has really interesting subject he's singing on, because what he's rapping about is the league. And he's talking about how players are kind of like soft and some of the stuff we're talking about right now, how they're not doing things right. And I love that he puts it in the message in the song. So definitely check out CJ's new video, Mace Freshco. Really, really good music from former Raptors coming out in the last week. So yeah, Dame's videos are He's got skills. He's definitely a good rapper. It's just in some ways what he raps about stupid. And it's kind of like, whatever. What's the point of this? Is kind of where I'm at with it. Yeah, Fiercely saying Seymour, pretty ironic considering he doesn't dominate. I know. That's why do they call him DominAyton? DominAyton? I listen, I'm gonna see Jakob like guard him perfectly. I don't expect this guy to do a whole lot. I really don't. Fiercely's also saying it, Trevor J. I love Villain Dillon, but it was hilarious indeed. Well, the comedy of Dillon is going to be around the whole season. Everybody looks at him as this villain character now. The whole beef with LeBron and the Lakers and just everything. Then the Team Canada stuff this summer. Dillon's really becoming like the modern day Dennis Rodman. And I like it. I like it. I honestly do. I love that kind of character in the league. In some ways, Patrick Beverley's like this. And that's why we hate him. Well, Dillon's the same way. There's a lot of people that hate him, and he's going to get trolled back. But I love how he's about that. He's like, I don't care if you humiliate me, you make me look bad, Steph Curry. I'm still going to not change. I'm going to be the exact same person tomorrow anyway. It's not like you're teaching me any lessons. So you go, Villain Dillon. You stay the same, even if you're made a fool of, just a little bit. Name is saying capitalism is not your friend, but you've been brainwashed to think otherwise. Yeah, there's different things about it. I mean, I don't even want to get into this kit and caboodle in certain ways right now, but it does ruin everything. It really, really does eventually. And it's going to ruin us all eventually too. I saw a really interesting cartoon on Facebook the other day, and it makes so much sense. There's a picture of dinosaurs on the Earth from way back, and there's an asteroid coming down from the ground. It's going to hit the Earth, and all the dinosaurs go extinct. Well, there's a second box underneath that one with all of us, the people on Earth, standing on Earth. And instead of an asteroid coming down at us, there's a big fat guy in a suit with a bunch of money in his hands, a big fat ugly billionaire motherfucker. And he's coming in, he's going to destroy the Earth, just like that asteroid came in and destroyed the dinosaurs. I truly believe this. In some ways, we're at that gilded age of the Roman Empire, right before it's going to fall. When you see so much pain and misery and suffering and poor people at the bottom, wars, all this kind of stuff, and then you see a really grossly enriched higher upper class of billionaires and weird shit that live a whole different life. Yeah, this is where it was getting in Roman Empire before the fall of the Roman Empire. I'm just telling y'all that. Because it's like going in the wrong direction. In some ways, with AI and robotics and stuff, we could get into some sort of dystopian controlling future. They already told us, oh, you can't go out because of the pandemic. You can't do that. So they did a little bit of controlling of us to see how we can sheep them. So there's a lot of weird shit going on. So keep freeing your mind and keep your mind open and go against the big guy. We always root for the little guy and for what's right. And people and humans are right and the right side to be on and not the money side. In fact, we can see something very apparent right in front of us with the example of this war in Israel right now. It's not a popular war around the world. If the people in this world voted right now, we would vote against what Israel is doing to Gaza right now. We would. The popular sentiment is they're wrong, they're barbaric, it's war, and they're fucked up for it. But the powers that be, the people that have a whole lot of money at the top, the very small minority, are greenlighting death and destruction and catastrophe and genocide. That's what I'm saying. It's not about the popularity or what the people of the world want. It's what gross, ugly people with a lot of concentrated power at the top making gross, ugly decisions. And then you add in the fact that they make money off that war because they sell the bombs, the guns, the things that are used for genocide. How do you sleep with yourself at night? War profiteers making money off of misery and death. I'm telling you, it's disgusting and it's gross. And everything that's happening in Israel is undemocratic and is by a minority power dictatorial power structure in our society, in our world right now. Trudeau, Biden, they're implicated in this. And it pisses me off because I have more respect for y'all a couple weeks ago until now. Yeah, because y'all are endorsing genocide and you're going to let the United States and the war profiteers and contractors profit off the deaths of Palestinians. Yeah, y'all are fucking going to hell is what I'm going to say right now. Yeah, you are. All right, let me keep going. Jeez, a little bit of a detour there. Yeah, a little bit of a detour there. All right, Monique's saying I'm doing my game day write up during away games just to busy during the home games. Just too busy during the home games. Okay, so you're doing your write ups on away games, but when they're home games and you go to the game, you get home too late and it's like you're tired by then. You don't really want to put it up. I get that. Monique, listen, you have such a workload as a super fan. Listen, whatever you need to do, it's all good with us. We love your content, whatever you can give us, for sure. Mugabe saying, I think they should trade Pascal because they're wasting his prime and let Scotty take over and see how far we get. Yeah, you know what? I'm leaning more and more towards this idea this year. Last year, I was against the trading of Pascal last year. But this year, this could actually be a very smart move by the Raptors. But I still am on discovery mode to see if this can work still. It's too early, and we can't just do this yet. Now, some people are saying, what if he gets hurt and that messes everything up? Well, let's not predict this. Let's not go there. Let's predict success and good things happening. Mugabe is saying, Lex, did you see how they keep bashing Pascal after 3 games? Like how much that man can take from this fan base. I'm going to say this right now, Mugabe. We need to all stop just giving them attention. There's all kinds of negative places around Raptors Nation. Some of it isn't even Raptors people. It's like other people just piling in, whether they're Leaf fans, Celtics fans, whoever. So I would just say this, train yourself not to go there anymore. Your life will be much happier. And these people will get less attention and they won't matter as much. So that's what I'll say right there. It's like some people train themselves not to come see me because they were like, oh, I hope he goes away. Well, in some ways, you could train yourself not to look at them. They don't exist. And whatever they're fucking saying, you don't have time to waste in your life. Listen to their negative ass garbage. So that's what I was saying, Mugabe. They go away if you don't look at them. That's what I'm saying. I've been doing this recently. Everybody's negative about the Raptors. I'm not reading your shit anymore. You're a waste of time to talk about on this channel. And if you guys bring up general concerns and things that are happening, like what's going on with Siakam right now, I'll talk about it. But otherwise, I don't have time to go and answer every single dumbass opinion on the Raptors that is negative. I really, really don't. And you will get more time, free time for yourself if you start diverting yourself from even going there. Seriously, comment sections are the cesspool of idiots and stupidity. These people don't fucking know what they're talking about. They really don't. Cool Cat saying ticket prices have gone up from last year in every category. They got a bit more creative for season tickets, tickets for groups and individual tickets, fans staying home to watch the game, economics. Well, let's just do what we got to do in whatever way. Whatever you want to do with your life. If I want to pay that price and go down there at the extra price, that's my right. You know, it's up to people. Maybe you can't go to as many games this year. You just pick and choose where you're going. You know, we're going to a couple of huge games next month. And yeah, they're expensive tickets. They are expensive tickets. But Tommy Duke's coming from Victoria. We got to go. So we're going to be at Milwaukee and Boston for that first in-season tournament game. And yeah, it's just, hey, listen, it's up to you, Cool Cat, if you want to pay and go as often as you did last year. I've gone to a whole bunch of games already this season. By the end of November, I've already been to 5 games this year. And in some ways, that's maybe my quota for the year. I may not be going to many games after the first couple months. I usually try to go to 1 a month the whole season. So I end up going to like 6 games in a season. That's usually the case. I'm going to have 5 by the end of November. So I've got most of my quota already done for this year. And I may go check in on them from time to time near the end of the season, but I'm not going to be going very often after November. I really am not. Because in some ways, you know, you're exactly right. The fuckers are greedy. Yeah. Cool Cat saying, haha, that walnut line is hilarious. Good thing I'm working from home. I almost fell out of my chair. We have great comedians We need a comedic session one of these days, Lex. For sure. Every day can be. It's just how y'all want to turn the conversation. That's all. You just got to, you just turn the conversation. We'll get it. You mean the Walmart line? Was it the Walmart line I did? I don't even remember which line it is. There's been some chunky good ones today, for sure. Some funny ones. Trevor's saying no traffic can beat California traffic. It's worse traffic. If you think Toronto has bad traffic, you see nothing until you get to LA. I've seen the pictures of the freeways over there and just how long they are and how many lanes they've got. They've got lanes like 401 and they still have like the whole thing jammed up like a parking lot. I know that LA traffic is just notoriously bad. I know it. In fact, they may be the worst traffic in North America is in Los Angeles for sure. For sure. G saying, this is why I never ranked us beginning of the season. Didn't know priority. The focus is on development. This will equate to losses as there will be mistakes during this phase. However, it will pay off in the long run. Yeah. Yeah. I don't care that I picked them to be second in the East this year. I don't give a shit that I made that choice and it doesn't look so good right now. I don't care. I'm proud that I did that. Even it seems like it's really crazy that I said that. I don't care. Cool Cat saying, I pray OG's muscle issue is not a repeat. The last time he was out for a month with a muscle cramp strain during Nick Nurse era. Well, yeah, I hope that he's quickly back for sure. I hope he is quickly back for sure. I'm totally with you on that, Cool Cat. We want him back. Okay, and all right. All right, let's see. David's saying, all this talk about traffic in North America is funny. You want to see traffic, go to Beijing or any city in India. Laugh out loud. It's a whole other world. Well, we talk about what we know, and this is what I know. Nameless is saying, how long did it take for Dwayne Casey to turn this team around? That is something we could look at, and that is actually a really good place to look at this team. Is when Casey came in, he had 2 losing seasons before he got us in the playoffs. I think something like that. So yeah, let's afford Darko the same amount of time. Oh yeah. Listen, anybody who's already saying fire Darko, you're an idiot. Anybody who's judging Pascal's whole entire season off of 3 games already, you're an idiot. There's a lot of, there's too much snap judgments going on right now. Just go for the ride. There's a lot of games to be played, Raptors Nation, and stop overreacting at every little thing. Carlos saying at David Saborin, third world traffic, nothing like it. And the funny thing is that there's like hidden lanes in third world traffic. I drove in Mexico one time. Not saying that's a third world country because I don't believe in those terms. Mexico's a great country full of a lot of things. But when I went into Juarez, when I jumped the border and went over to the other side, the lanes are weird, and there's people in scooters and like middle lanes. They're kind of dipping and diving between cars, and then there's like a dog lane too. There was like a lot of dogs running in the road too when I was driving to Mexico that day, and it was like I had to look for different things in the road than normal. It was very interesting. It was one of the most interesting driving experiences I ever had, driving around in Mexico and on the other side from El Paso and Juarez. Yeah, very interesting. We had to pay somebody to watch the van while we went into a tequila bar and slammed some tequila. Yeah, it was a fun trip. It was weird. This is in like 94, 94, like 30 years ago. All right, let's see what else we got here. Yeah, Cool Cat saying Precious' groin issue surfaced during preseason, so a flare up again is rough because he is in a contract year. We need 2 more centers on our team to replace our current 2 injuries. Man, yeah, I really am with you on this center depth thing we need. I mean, I feel like we've seen it already this season where Pirtle and Precious weren't available and we lacked for it. Now, Coloco's already out. So we really don't, we're like back to Tampa in some ways with how we're playing center when these guys are hurt. I totally agree with you. We need more depth at that position. And I don't know why Masai and Bobby are anti getting a lot of big guys. They really like being in the middle with the middle players, not as many little guys and not as many big guys. And in some ways, I don't mind not as many little guys, but not as many big guys. I don't know if that's totally smart. I mean, Milwaukee's got both the Lopez brothers and Bobby Portis. They've got a lot of different big sized guys, like 4 or 5 big guys. And why do we only have 2 and a half? We really only have 2.5. We really do. Let's see. Fiercely saying Chris Humphries, Blake Griffin, Ben Simmons, Devin Booker, all formerly with Kardashians. Oh, you're missing Tristan, of course. Tristan Thompson. I read something last night. I don't even know why I read this. Khloe Kardashian talking to her mom. Why did you cheat on dad? Why did you cheat on Robert Kardashian, mom? I don't know. He was a wonderful husband. He was a great father. And I still cheated on him with a soccer player. Oh, well, I want to know because I want to understand Tristan and why he keeps cheating on me and why he did that Drake video where he celebrated getting married to 24 women. Well, honey, I would just say this: stay with Tristan because you may regret leaving him like I regret leaving your father. I read this article yesterday. Whatever I said just now is exactly true. This isn't speculation or dramatic effect. That was a creative reenactment of something I read that was true yesterday. So her mom, Chloe's actually, her mom is telling her to stay with Tristan. I think that's horrible advice. That is horrible advice. I love Tristan Thompson. Don't get me wrong. He's Canadian. He has a huge connection to here in Toronto. His mother passed earlier this year, and she's an amazing woman. And they're very big benefactors towards the Epilepsy Foundation here in Toronto, which is something that's dear to my heart to support. So Tristan Thompson, in some ways, his philanthropy, I immensely respect. And I respect that he's a Canadian, but I do not respect that he's one of all those dogs that Drake is singing about in his newest album. And if I was Chloe, I wouldn't be trying to get with that man and stay with him. You're crazy. He's done this over and over again to you. What's going on? We're going from like Gaza to Kardashians. What are we doing on this channel today? Holy crap. This is a preview for Portland. All right, let's see. I'm a fun guy. I think Chris Humphries was like with Chloe or something. No, not Kim. No, she was with Kim. He was with Kim Kardashian back then. It was Kim. It wasn't one of the other sisters. It was Kim Kardashian. Chris was with Kim before Kanye. Yeah. 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 Fun guy saying, oh shit, man. It was Kim. Shows just how long ago that was. I remember because I'm a Raptors freak. I don't give a shit about Kardashian news or gossip. I just remember her being at our games when we had Chris Humphries at the games. I remember because I was there. I was like, who's that? That's Kim Kardashian. Who the hell is she? I don't give a shit who she is. Oh, okay. She's going to be in public eye for like the next 15 years after this for all kinds of weird issues. Now she's a Skims person with the NBA and the underwear. Fun guy saying, Fiercey, you missed Tristan Thompson. That's right. We got that. Don't worry. Fiercey's laughing with Cool Cat and Fiercey saying, oh, yes, Tristan. Yeah, of course, Tristan. Cool Cat saying at Fiercey, I deserve some points for that statement. Lex better put it in the book. All right, Cool Cat, you'll get some points. Which one? Or which one is it? Which one was it? We can have the NBA team. Oh, wait. We can have NBA team called Kardashian Family. A body count exists. Okay, I'm glad I didn't skip over that one. That is pretty good. Yeah, you get that. You know, you can only be on our team if you have been with the Kardashian. That will be the thing. So that might not be a bad team, honestly, with the people who played. And some of them are aged out, though. Humphreys and Griffin, you're not going to get much from them. You're not going to get much from them. All right, let's see. David's saying the reality is 2 days ago, everybody is panicking, talking about tanking and trading Pascal, etc. A win tonight, and we're back to 500, and we'll all be talking about playoffs again and how great Pascal is. Yeah, David's not wrong. It's really the way the wind blows, the Raptors nation will start either panicking or celebrating. Really is that way. They're so crazy. They're exactly the opposite of what the coach tells the players to do for the games. Don't get too up or don't get too down. Well, the fans are not listening to you, coach. They are way too up and they are way too down. That's right. Get a little more even-keeled, people. Some ways I worry about y'all with your mood disorder. Are you mood swings? Are you like, oh, I'm so happy, woo? And then you're like, oh, God, I want to kill myself. You know, get it together. Get a more even-keeled life where your emotions are not so woo, you know, what the fuck are you living your life like that? Oh my gosh, calm down is what I would say. Yeah, it's not so crazy. It's not so crazy. Fiercely saying, speaking of featuring, Serge Ibaka sampled Kawhi in his latest track. What it do, baby? Yeah, I loved it so much. I put it on my list. That's right. I put it on my video list for last week. And it was awesome to see. So happy to see Serge happy. And he's getting put on blast in different ways. You know, in some ways, I'm like wondering, man, maybe we do still need Serge. Seriously, I see Bismack got picked up this week by the Grizzlies because Steven Adams is out. They need a big man. So Bismack Biyombo is about to show up in a Grizzlies uniform and start playing center for them. That's why I picked him up on the fantasy league this morning. I went and got Bismack this morning right before I came online. And so like, I want to get him. If he's going to be playing center for the Grizzlies this year, Bismack might be a good pickup right now. Carlos saying, what gets me salivating now is I got this from Chev. Imagine Pascal figuring out how to score 24 by being off ball. If he does figure it out, we can finally silence the Pascal Scotty fit issues. Yeah, he can do this, and he can figure it out. We're just in the early growing pains, and I believe he will. I really do. In some ways, the way he started his career, he was scoring that way and finding ways to score, and he scored way more than I thought he would when he wasn't getting shots back then. He was a garbage man. When his first 2 years with the Raptors, he was a role player garbage man who came in off the bench, and he boarded, and he made almost all his points off of offensive rebounds and putting the ball back in the basket. There's a part of that in him still that in some ways that's simple. That's the easy stuff he was doing when he's coming in. Well, focus on doing that easy stuff against Siakam, and then you can do the hard stuff around it also. And you're still a much better passer at this point in your career. You can focus on that. And honestly, the spin stuff has got its place. It's got its place where it's important and stuff. In some ways, I wish he was doing more in transition. I hate that he has to stop at the top of the key and then do his move to do it. Can you do these moves while you're in motion with Scott when he's bringing the ball up with pace, or Dennis? If those guys are coming, can you fill the lane and do a spin move to get that last move around the defense to make the basket in a fast break situation? Because why do we have to stop and let you just collect yourself and stand and reset and then do your move? Can you integrate your moves into the flow of our fast break? How about that, Siakam? How about that? I would love to see that. Why couldn't he? He should be able to do that. He used to run the floor with the guys back in the day, him and Kyle. He could run the floor. I know he can. So get in those fucking lanes, Siakam, and fill it up just like Scotty's been doing. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah. I love it. I love it, Carlo. You salivate, man. Keep salivating. Raps Love's here. Good to see our friend Raps Love. OG is always hurt. We can't count on him, and that sucks because he's a huge part of this team, but we seem to play with him way too much. We play better with him. We have a better chance of winning if he's around, for sure. And that hurt us on Saturday. In fact, I could speculate we might have won the game against Philadelphia if OG had been available. Seriously. He might have been able to do a little bit more to stop Maxey in certain ways. He may have been able to do a little bit of muscle on Embiid. It could be. I mean, we can't woulda, coulda, shoulda anything. Why not woulda, coulda, shoulda this in a positive way? If OG had been available, we might have beat the Sixers on Saturday night. Seriously. Mischief saying NBA Chef sounds like all the Wu-Tang members all in one. I'm planning on sampling his vocals for dubstep music. That's awesome. Yeah, if you guys want to take me singing, like if y'all make music and you want to take a clip of me doing some stupid little parody song that I did on here, go ahead. I have no, like, in some ways I don't care about my rights. Y'all want to use my stuff and sample the hell out of me, I'm not going to come after y'all. You make some money off of it. You want to give me some money, that's fine. But if you don't, I'm not going to be mad at you either because I don't care. But that'd be cool. Wu-Tang came back this week. That's funny you mentioned them, Mischief, because they had a video out this week, Claudine, and it's fantastic. And you see Method Man and Ghostface Killah, and they are killing it. They're back, baby. Wu-Tang is back. They've got a new album and a new video, and it made my list too. So if y'all want to see these videos, go on my channel page and see Lex's Choice, 15 best videos of the week. The one for this week has Serge's video and the new Wu-Tang video on it. That's right. Yeah, some good stuff this week. Really, really good stuff. There was a cover of Paradise. You know that Sade song, Paradise? Ooh, it's so smooth. I love that song by Sade. Oh, Paradise. Yes, I love that song. They did a cover of it, and it's so beautiful. It's like a new updated version of Sade's Paradise. That's all on that video list. Go check it out. There's always good stuff on my video list each week. Comes out on Friday night. So if you want to check it out. All right, let's see. Cool Cat saying Serge is a creative artist. Mafuzi understands marketing. His new basketball team in Europe loving the extra exposure by signing Serge. Yeah, I'm not even hearing about him playing in Germany right now. In some ways, I'm like, he's also talking about bridges getting burned and other things. I know he's in good graces with us. And he loves Toronto. And I hope he comes back and hangs around our city a lot in the future when he's done playing. And he becomes a very active alumni. And in some ways, he picks Toronto as his team. It's kind of like if he went in the Hall of Fame, like in Cooperstown for baseball, they pick a team they go in under. He should go in as a Raptor. if he's ever like getting any accolades, he's Raptors Nation. In some ways, Chris Bosh transferred to Miami Heat Nation by going down there and winning championships with LeBron James. Well, Serge Ibaka, when things are over and done, he's a Raptor in Raptors Nation as alumni. And I don't know if Oklahoma City or Bucks or the Clippers are really going to fight for him to be a part of their nations, or Orlando or other places he stopped. I think Toronto is his place. And that if he's ever going to go in the Hall of Fame for the NBA, probably not, he would go in as a Raptor. I would say that, yeah. Nameless is saying, damn, trying to sell rap album to 18-year-old kids who don't even know what hip-hop is. Stronzo. Who are you talking about? I don't even know who you're talking about. We talk a lot about a lot of different people today. Cool Cat saying, I support my villain Dillon. Will not be retweeting the clips, but Steph was funny with it. Guys, Dillon is laughing with his friends and family over it too. In some ways, he's trolling. In some ways, he doesn't take himself serious enough to get his ego hurt by this. In some ways, that makes him dangerous to be able to be this guy. It's because he's unfuckwithable. He doesn't care. You're going to say, yeah, you're an idiot. We hate you. Okay. Woo! He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He's going to be the same Dillon villain that he's going to be either way. And that's why he's powerful. He's very powerful because he doesn't mind making a fool of himself. Quick Take saying, morning, Lex and the Raptorsfreaks. Let's get it. Let's get it. NBA Quick Takes with a stream last night. Y'all follow NBA Quick Takes. All kinds of great stuff. He's doing a first week review on his Quick Takes channel last night. Give him a follow, subscribe, and get in there involved in his channel too. You can get interactive with him just like me and get in the comments and talk with him too. So I always love seeing you, Quick Takes. And thanks for playing the fantasy once again. Carlos saying Mississauga man's Dillon Brooks. That's right. 905er. He's a 905er. G saying, I don't care about seeding this year. He went from 8th to the finals. As long as it's top 8, anything can happen. Developing, seeing progress, growth, chemistry is what I'm excited about. Yeah, in some ways, we want to be better than we are this week in 2 months, in 3 months, in 4 months, in 5 months. And then boom, at the end of the season, let's see where we're at on this journey by the end of the year. If we are doing what Darko's saying, giving 110% every game and just trying to get better, tinkering with things, making adjustments, making the system work better and better, catering to the players, which is part of what he's trying to do. Listen, it's not that he's against Siakam being Siakam. In some ways, he's got to listen to Siakam and say, these are your traits that are really strong, and we can integrate them into my philosophy. That is the best outcome. Because there's things about Siakam that are extremely useful in Darko's system, but there are things that he just naturally does that don't fit with the system and he shouldn't do anymore. And that's part of the adjustment for him. And that's why we should give him a chance he needs some time to show that he can really do it, because he is making a lot of changes. He is. Let's see. Fun Guy saying, holy fuck, reading on Mathew Perry. I did not know his life was all that. My God, he really went through it. Addiction and 14 stomach surgeries on top of so many things. This is really tragic. You know, it's weird. We're at the game on Saturday night. And I don't normally do this, but when people are all on their phone in front of me, there was some young lady sitting right in front of us. And I saw she's showing her friend Mathew Perry dead at 54. And I was like, whoa, I saw that. And I turned to Adriana and I whispered to her at the game. I was like, the girl on her phone in front of us just showed that Mathew Perry died today. And well, Adriana is a huge Friends fan with her sisters, and they were really upset and sad about this. Also, Mathew Perry is Canadian, from Toronto, and a huge Blue Jays fan, apparently. There's scenes in the Friends show where you can see a Blue Jays hat in the background. I knew that he was a tortured soul. I knew this all along. He's had serious substance abuse issues his whole life. And he's like me. I've had those issues too myself. I've conquered a lot of them. So I totally understand like what his life, the hell that his life has been, because I've been there. And I really commend him for having that Perry safe house over in Hollywood for people that were in trouble to get sober in. And in some ways, I don't think he was totally successful with sobriety. And that's part of why his tragic death this weekend is that I don't think he was sober still. I think that there were some things he was doing. It may not have been alcohol, but if you're going to drown in your hot tub in your backyard, it's usually because of, being inebriated in the pool. So it is really sad. And he's a great Canadian, and he's an icon in some ways, a TV show icon. I mean, we didn't just lose him this weekend. We lost Bull too. And that was sad. That was sad. Learning that Bull from Night Court died, Richard Mall. these things come in threes, and it's like they're sitcom threes right now. I'm just waiting. I hate being morbid, but is there going to be another person from a TV show that's going to pass very soon? Oh my gosh. Let's see. Carlos saying, yeah, a 500 record and seeing progress from our system is all we can really ask for. Like I said, y'all, a successful year this year is if we win 42 games and up. If we win, if we're above 500 and we're better than we were last year, I'll be happy. I'll be happy. We can be 42 games. That means we won more than we lost. And it's probably going to mean we're somewhere in the playoff picture. So let's see. David's saying November 15th and 17th, let's fucking go. That's right. David's going to be there with us too. We're going to get rowdy. The fact that Isaac's coming from Ottawa and we're going to have Tom from Victoria, that's going to solidify Raptor Freak power from different parts of our nation. And we got a crew with the Saborans down there with us too. There's going to be a lot of loudness. I'm going to expect y'all to match my energy on this one, all of you. I don't want to see y'all like half-assing it. We got to come in there and be correct when we go to this Boston game coming up. Yeah, when we go to that first in-season tournament game, the Raptor Freak family needs to do their part. David, Isaac, Tom, Peter, myself, and Greg, and other people that are coming down there with us too. Yeah, you come in the game with us next month. We got to get loud. That's right. Tom Duke's got the Raptors on blast. And let's see what else we got going on here. Is we got Cool Cat saying, I'm using basketball as a mental health reprieve from the ills of the world. History is repeating itself. Hurts my heart that I no longer speak of it. This is part of the distraction. It's just like the Roman Colosseum. They gave that to the people to give them the, distraction away from the way everything was crumbling down. Well, it is in some ways what Raptors basketball is for us, the Roman Colosseum at the height of Rome. And it is a pleasant, distraction most of the time. When it hurts, painful in your heart, it can be hard too, and just as bad as the other stuff. But I get it, Cool Cat. I'm the same way. In some ways, I'm just like, I just want to put on blinders and just pay attention to the Raptors with the dumpster fire world around us. Randolph saying, blessings, beloved Raptor Freaks, most informative game. Blessings to you, Randolph Phillips. Always happy to see you, man. Let's get to 500 with this win tonight. Lex, we must give our team about 10 to 15 games where they play a few different teams, then assess them. I like that you said 10 to 15 because I don't think the first 10 are going to be accurate enough because the first 10 are power packed with really difficult schedule. Now we start closing to playing teams like the Nets and other teams, then we can get more accurate. So we'll see where we're at 15 games. I like saying 15 because the first 10 are exceptionally difficult. Let's just put it that way. Fun guy saying, I mean, mental health is a real thing. Some people just wave it off. It can hit you anytime, and you could never be ready for it because you didn't think it could affect you. And this is true. This is true. Mental health is a huge issue, and it's becoming more and more important because of issues like the pandemic causing issues with people's mental health. Children that have grown up during the pandemic era, they're going to have outcomes with mental health later on that are going to be really weird. And in some ways, we need to be very much investing in mental health help and being more aware and supportive and not stigmatizing people for having mental health issues. Because honestly, in a world like today's world, having mental health issues is normal. It is not like you're weird because you're so fucked up in your head. No, most people are fucked up in their head at this point because we've just gotten to this point of trauma and just bullshit. In the United States with the shootings all the time, it's fucked up. That's traumatic. There's so many lives touched by each one of those shooting incidents. The one in Maine recently touched a lot of lives, and that trauma causes mental health issues. The pandemic caused huge mental health issues. The war in this world causes mental health issues. So it's normal. It's not weird anymore. Name was saying, bro, you think LA traffic is the worst in North America? Try Mexico City. I have no idea, and it probably is pretty bad. I'm not going to say definitively LA traffic's the worst, but we know it's up there. Fun guy saying, I think it's time to fire Darko and judge Pascal on 3 games so far. Well, that makes so much sense, fun guy. I've seen enough. It's a large enough sample, and we might as well just drive the owners out of town. Wow, fun guy. I know you're being extremely sarcastic, and I know that you're not serious on any of that. That is what the casuals sound like right now. If you heard what I just say, I think it's time to fire Darko and judge Pascal on 3 games, and we might as well run the owners out of town. Yeah, there you go. That is a casual take and an idiotic take, and he's being sarcastic. Carlos saying, I finally experienced Manila traffic last year, and oh boy, was that an experience. This is fun. We're talking about traffic. We're all over the place today. It's awesome. David's laughing at fun guy. Seymour saying so much great content in the Facebook chat, guys. Thanks, Trevor and Superfan Mo and Lex and Tom. It is fun what I'm posting in there. Let me go look at some of the stuff that I've been posting in there recently, because like some of it's really interesting stuff. Now the TikToks you guys are posting, some of it I could do without, but we really like having the stuff that like really has to do with the Raptors and is really kind of like if it's NBA, it has to be pertinent to what we're doing. All right. So one of the things I posted last night was a picture of KD and Steve Nash embracing at the game last night between the Suns and the Jazz, because Nash was there getting inducted into the circle of honor for the Suns, along with Charles Barkley, by the way. And to see Nash and KD embrace like that is really heartwarming, considering that, he did say he didn't want to play for him anymore and kind of drove him out of there. Here's a quote from Marquee Noel on Twitter that I posted in there. He requoted Tim Duncan, and this is what Tim Duncan said: "The time when there is no one there to feel sorry for you or to cheer for you is when a player is made." Ooh, that's powerful. And that's dog kind of comment. And Marquise Noel saying, when there's nobody feeling sorry for you, nobody cheering for you, that is when you're made as a player. I love that. Then there's this thing that I posted about what Jokic said about playing Chet Holmgren yesterday. He said he's a really talented guy, but this is his first year. He's still learning everything. And Jokic said, I think he needs to be a little bit fatter, to be honest. That's hilarious, especially coming from Nikola Jokic towards Chet Holmgren. That is absolutely hilarious, y'all. You don't see how hilarious that is? It's so funny. So funny. And then listen, this is another interesting thing that was picked up on Twitter. King Bolton on a Saturday night when we were playing Nick Nurse and the Sixers, this is what he posted. This is amazing. He said, Mr. Wannabe Guitar Guy Revenge Game. That's a direct shot at Nick Nurse from Gary Trent Jr.'s best friend, King Bolton, saying, Mr. Wannabe Guitar Guy Revenge Game. That says a lot about who may not have liked Nick Nurse, is right there. Holy crap. They really didn't like him jerking Gary around between the bench and the starting lineup last year. So King Bolton called him Mr. Wannabe Guitar Guy. Holy crap. That's crazy. Well, I appreciate you thanking us for that. And thank you for your stuff too, Seymour. You guys are all contributing stuff, and a lot of it is fantastic. And I absolutely appreciate it. G saying, I love that you rank them too. Takes a lot of guts to say it with your chest like that, and it will happen anyways. I know I'm delusional, and I'm very, very much delusional. And I'm already tempering it down, but I'd rather put it real high at the start, and I'll bring it down if I have to, instead of like not believing in them and then getting proven wrong later. I'd rather start at the top, and then I'll work it down as I see how they're doing. Fun guy saying, the truth is people cheat like it's nothing. It's most partners just don't find out ever or for years on years. Yeah, it sucks. It's a weird situation in some ways, the cheating on people and things like that. I don't know. I have my own interesting ideas about like this society and marriage and like being monogamous and different things like that. In some ways, it's a very much a way that people try and control other people, whether it's through religion or different things like that. The way we think about it all is very complicated. And in some ways, I don't know. It's a whole other kit and caboodle. We've gone into some pretty crazy topics today. I don't know if I want to get into cheating culture or why people cheat. I really don't. But I know I brought up Tristan Thompson. Tom Duke saying, Seymour, thank you for cracking me up daily in the chat. There you go. Thank you, Seymour, for your funny. Like some of this stuff on Twitch and TikTok is hilarious. Some of the stuff you're posting sometimes. Hilarious. Like that dog one the other day with Patrick Beverly in the car. It's like that dog was looking straight forward. That other dog's looking at him. That was hilarious. Let's see. And he's saluting. Tom Duke saying, Isaac is always solid with the contributions. He's committed for that playing game. Raptorsfreak, meet up, please. Yeah, we're coming. You're coming, Tom. And Isaac's coming too. And it's going to be great. It's going to be really fun to see both you guys here. And that'll be awesome. Let's fucking go. All right, let's see. David Saborin is giving me a $10 super chat. Smash that like button. Thank you, David. That's very philanthropic and kind of you. Is this you buttering me up for a fantasy matchup this week? I'm going to play you as hard as I can. I want to beat you. I do want to beat you, David. I know the competitor you are. And when I get a chance to compete with a competitor like you, I really want to rise to the occasion. I do. Nameless saying he liked up. All right, thank you, Nameless. Cool Cat saying I kept saying we should sign Serge for vet and vibes. There's a trade-off with Serge. Vibes are good. We get some dog. We get a tough guy. We get another vet head around the team, but we have to wait an extra hour after every game. That's the trade-off. And if he's not actively playing, maybe he can go early before the game's over. Like, we're not playing you tonight, Serge. You can go back to the back and start moisturizing now. And then you can get on the bus at the same time as everyone. We know this is the issue with him. They've all said it. Kyle, DeMar, they all said, Serge, you just always fucking make our bus late. And that may be why he's not on an NBA team. I'm going to be serious right now. That could very well be one of the main reasons why he's not on an NBA team right now, is his post-game ritual and how long it takes for him to get dressed. Yeah, it's crazy. David's Nameless is saying Davido Saberno. Yeah. Dana's saying I put my DNA on the like button at 8:30. I appreciate that, Dana. She does it early. I'm not even on. She's like me getting this spot early by starting the stream early. Well, she's getting the like in early, and I really do appreciate you, Dana. You're awesome. I love you. Seymour saying I'd take Serge over the whole bench minus Grady or Freeman. Well, once again, you guys haven't seen how much Serge has dropped off. He's a lot slower at this point. Let's just put it that way. David's saying laugh out loud, and Damus is laughing too. Dana's laughing. They're laughing at Dana. She put her DNA on the like button. All right, y'all seem to be laughing at that. So we're going to give Dana a dunk for her gross kind of DNA. I don't know if that's gross. You can put DNA on something just from touching something. It doesn't have to be like gross, guys. Come on now. All right, come on now. All right, let's see. Carlos saying, hey, Lex, check out Easy Mill, the first Filipino Asian rapper to be signed to Shady Aftermath, Eminem and Dr. Dre. Well, if they put out videos, I'll see it. I don't just listen to albums. I'm very much critiquing the video and the music. I don't go and listen to all the new albums. It's just when they come out with a single and they put something with visuals out, that's what I critique and write reviews on. So if Easy Mill has videos, I'll go watch them. But I'm not going to watch his and listen to his whole album or anything. But I'll keep an eye out for that name for sure. In some ways, I'm not so kind to hip hop in certain ways. I have a very high standard for hip hop because in some ways, there's a lot of garbage out there right now that I don't consider hip hop. In some ways, it's not even music. And, I like the old school. I really like people like Nas right now. And there's a very talented MCs right now, very talented rappers. There's a lot of drill bullshit too. That's absolute garbage. So if he's not in that kind of vein, if he's not singing about guns and money and booty girls, I might like him. But if he is in that vein, I probably won't like him. Let's just put it that way. Because I don't think there's anything original about singing about big booty girls at a gas station and holding a brick of money to your head, like singing on a telephone. And, like singing about guns and and like my shooters, they'll be looking for you out the window of my car. And so like, I hate that genre of music. I hate all that kind of like drill ops kind of fucking rap. So if Easy Mill is in that genre, I won't like him. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Let's see. Seymour saying Jokic said Chet is good, but he needs to get fatter. Totally. And get him some burgers. I told him, go to Mandarin, lock the door, stay in there for 4 hours. Don't stop eating the whole time. That'll get you somewhere, Chet. That's right. Let's see. Seymour saying Curry signed Fox as the first player to sign a player to his brand. There you go. You want to kill him. I love that they beat the Lakers last night. Good job, Sacramento. It's cool because LeBron had his 20th anniversary game. The first game he ever played was 20 years ago yesterday in Sacramento. And he played against Sacramento again 20 years to the day of his first game. That's how old you are, LeBron. 20 years, buddy. And you lost the one last night. It's crazy. Seymour's also saying, man said, am I blind? I'm not a Suns fan. Two, number one, I'm not a Suns fan. Don't get at me for what a whole team's fan base calls a man. I should just go down to Hakeem and I will let you know if I need bifocals. I'm sorry if I called you blind. I'm sorry if that insulted you for saying that. I'm just making fun of DominAyton. DominAyton is a silly nickname. Seriously. The Suns fans, you don't call him that anymore, I'll bet. Like now he's gone. You're kind of like, yeah, he kind of fucked us up, him and Monty. I'm glad he's gone. I don't know. I don't know. I think you can see. Top saying Darko needs time to implement his system If we're below 500 after 20 games, I prefer Siakam to be traded to a contender for picks and young prospects that better complement Scotty and the core. All right, top. I'm watching you. Let's see. A quick take saying that David want to give you $10 for Durant. Who? What? No, Durant's staying on my team. I got Durant on my team on fantasy. He's not going to give me no $10 for Durant. I'm not trading him Durant over a $10 super chat. Come on now. Country Kong saying, good morning, Raptor Freaks. Lex, for me, it's the moment of truth versus Portland. I was shocked to read even Mugabe thinks we should build around Scotty. With respect, I don't think they complement each other's spacing. You're talking about Siakam and Barnes. Well, a lot of people are saying that with Pirtle and Siakam, they ruin the spacing on our team. I think that's bullshit. I think that we can figure this out. Everybody thinks that there's only one way to do things, and that's wrong. There's a lot of different ways to do things on the NBA court, and you just have to be creative. Some of y'all are closed-minded, and you have one-track minds about how an NBA is supposed to look, and it's all the same. Yeah, different teams are different things, and they can do different things. And in some ways, we got to play to our strengths and our personnel. Y'all can think, oh, it's because of the spacing and shit like that. No, Darko's going to get the spacing right. And it's really, really early, really, really early. Y'all, we're not talking about trading Pascal yet. We got to make some more discovery, and we'll see how the season goes. Kareem saying, sorry for your loss, Cool Cat. Your fantasy team ain't got no dogs. Whoa. Kareem just did a Patrick Beverly, and in some ways, I'm going to give him a dunk because that was a pretty good burn there in some ways. I don't know. She's got cats. She's Cool Cat. Top saying, I'm giving it 20 games, and even after that 20 games, I still believe in ball movement and Darko's approach, but I would rather see Masai make a move than ride it out with Pascal to year's end. We've had 3 years. All right, we know where you are on your record. You're on the record for what you believe in this whole situation. We understand. You can keep hammering it home, but we get your point. I'm not putting any time limits on anything. I know we've said 10 games, 15 games, 20 games now. I'm not giving any time limit on this. I don't have any expectations. I'm just going to let them be who they are, and I'm just going to enjoy the ride. And I'm not going to say, 50 games in, yeah, they got to do something. Or I'm going to say, 15 games in, they didn't do this. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not playing like that this year. Let them have whatever they got to do to get where they got to get. Because their schedule is right, not our schedule in our own mind about where they should be at where. It really shouldn't be that way. Kenrick's saying Scotty and Pascal are fine. It's the second unit that needs to stop the runs. Yeah, they need to play better defense. Thank you, Kenrick, for being here, by the way. All right, let me do the next part of our stream this morning. I'm going to go ahead and do the Raptors Instagram check. It looks like Koloko was at a Halloween party on Sunday night or Saturday night after the game. And he was wearing like a crazy mask again. I think it's the same mask he wore at Siakam's party. And he's got the outfit that he was wearing at the game on Saturday night. It looks like he's with Gary, but he's not. He's with his friend Corey James. And I guess I don't know what Halloween party that is, but Coloco's putting a Halloween picture out there. Ron Harper Jr. is proud of the Giants, and Tommy DeVito getting a touchdown. So some of the football fandom is showing with Raptors with the football days, including Scotty, who was wearing the Lamar Jackson Baltimore Ravens jersey, supporting the Ravens on Sundays. We see Dubberdon with the Celtics getting off the plane in your city, baby. All right there. Grady showing off his stat line from Saturday night, 16, 4, and 2 on his Instagram. Let's see. We got Thad Young with more clips of Thad Young Jr. I'm telling you, this kid is hyped. He's coming up. He's going to be something. Dennis Schroeder plugging his That's Tough store. He's got more of the World Champ shirts available. He's got more of That's Tough shirts coming out. Hopefully he gets a Raptors That's Tough shirt coming out. Maybe he's going to collaborate with Scotty and put Scotty on the shirt with him like he did with LeBron. That would be fantastic, Dennis. Of course, like we said, he has a new video on his YouTube channel. Go watch Dennis's latest content. It's very, very good. Very, very good stuff. Let's see. What else is he saying here? Yeah, it's just more advertisements for his stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. This guy has side businesses. It's pretty cool. Mogi with a couple of things. He's got some swag he got in a box. He's got a bunch of books that he picked up in a couple of magazines too. He's got Popeye magazine, it looks like. So yeah, there's your Raptors Instagram check. It's a little bit short and not a whole lot because these guys are busy. There's a really hectic schedule. And if they have time to post a bunch of stuff on Instagram, well, they're busy. I understand why they don't. Monique saying last night was Alex Wong's book signing for Prehistoric. Awesome pictures via Alex on Instagram. Yeah, the book signing, book launch, lots of good stuff going for Alex Wong with his new book, Prehistoric. Yeah, I'm proud of that. There's more literature out there on the Raptors and encouraging things. One of the things I saw from that event was that he had the original artist of our logo up there showing the original pictures of our Raptors logo from the very beginning. That is really, really cool. So you go, Alex Wong, with your book project, and I hope you have very, very much a lot of success. I'll pick up that book at some point. I'm always late to stuff. I'll get it at some point. I'll probably get it around Christmas. Quick take saying David want to trade $10 and Nesmith and a cheeseburger for Durant. That's not happening. He cannot buy me off. Quick takes. I'm not trading Durant to him. I've got Durant and Leonard. And Leonard is healthy this year. So I'm very happy about that. I'm very, very happy about that. All right, let me see if I'm missing anything else I want to talk about. We talked about Flavor Flav singing the national anthem. You guys, the clip of me on Sportsnet is out there. If you guys want to see it, it's in the Raptorsfreak Facebook group, and it's also on my Facebook page. It's so stupid. I'm pretty hilarious on there. It's kind of funny. All right, let's just go ahead and wrap it up. We're at 2 hours. Let's do the main event marquee matchup. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Scotiabank Arena in beautiful downtown Toronto. Tonight we have a special race at the arena tonight, a special scooter race. That's right. We got the scooters are ready, and we have two competitors, one from the Portland Trailblazers visiting and one from your hometown Toronto Raptors. First of all, for the Portland Trailblazers from Marietta, Georgia, is 6'3", 195 pounds. Did not go to university, high school. Scoot Henderson. And on the other side, to race against him in this scooter race challenge today, from West Palm Beach, Florida, 6'11", 240 pounds, from Florida State University. Mr. Basketball, Scotty Barnes. Scotty Barnes, that's right. So today we've got a scooter race between Scoot and Scotty, and it's alliterative and it's fun. That it's a scooter race between Scoot and Scotty. We've seen Scotty scooting around Toronto on his scooter, so I wonder if Scoot actually has a scooter himself. I do not know if Scoot has a scooter, but I would think that he would have a scooter because his name is Scoot. It would just be a waste of a great name and an activity if he didn't scoot. If Scoot didn't scoot, there would be a shame. It would be a travesty. But we know Scotty does scoot, so he will be scooting all around, and hopefully he'll win this scooter challenge. There's your main event marquee matchup for tonight. That's right. Remember, the injury news is OG, questionable, Precious, doubtful, Christian out, Anthony Simons out, Ish Wainwright out. Our referees tonight, very favorable for the Raptors. Dedrick Taylor, Brian Forte, and Musa Dagger. Yeah, that's a good ref crew. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching me. Our keys of victory tonight are take advantage of the second night of a back-to-back for Portland. They played in Philadelphia, got routed last night by the Sixers. They look good early, but they got tired out. They're not together. We need to take advantage of they're in a similar position as us, and we can show that we can beat them because we have more better things going on with us. So take this very seriously, Raptors. This is a game you need to win. There's not a lot of games this year that are going to be easy. And I'm not saying tonight's going to be easy either, but this is a very winnable game. And after the last two games and the way things are going, you need this one. Just trust me. And Siakam, you in particular, show up and do some major things tonight. And to really quiet your critics. And I'm rooting for you, bro. I want you to shut them the hell up. I really do want you to. All right, guys. Thanks for watching me. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And follow NBA Quick Takes also. One of my partner channels, really good content on NBA Quick Takes channel. I highly recommend it. All right, guys, thank you so much. And I'll see you tomorrow for the reaction at 9:30 tomorrow. Let's go Raptors. Win tonight. Don't take this lightly. Go out there and fucking take care of this. We need W's, all right? Let's go Raptors. Yeah.